And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today,
Spoon TV. Spoon.
yes, I do, but today,
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Bada.
Spoon.
Skibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kuwa. Beseku, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
On the spoon to get
Yes, I
your
do.
information.
Kuwa.
On the spoon to be
Yes, I
part
do.
of our discussion.
Batileo.
Spoon, spoon television.
Yes, I do. Batileo.
Spoon, spoon radio station.
Yeah.
Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you bought today? Yes, what you bought today? Beseku. Bada bada bada. Skibidi bidi da bado.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia.
Oh, yes, Spoon will tell you exactly what is happening in Liberia, what's happening in the ministries, the agencies. Of course, all of the major happenings in Liberia, you get to hear them. You get to receive those pieces of information right here on Spoon. And again, I want to say welcome to you watching us this evening. Welcome to another edition of the program. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. This is the first edition of the program for 2024. And we want to officially say welcome to all of you. Welcome to 2024. I'm talking about ardent followers of the late night show. And it's good to be here again on this third day of January, and the year remains 2024. So welcome. We're live on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're live on Fabric 101.1 FM. We're live on Super 95.5 FM as well, and other frequencies across the country. My name is Nelson Colette, and the late night show is where we get to talk about the trending national issues. Here on this platform, we agree, we disagree, and sometimes it gets very tense, but yes, this is how we can contribute to the national discourse. This is how we can all have our voices heard. We can all get to make our respective contributions to the rebuilding of our country, to the brand new Liberia, that improved Liberia that we all want to see. And sometimes we use different lenses to view the path, that leads to that Liberia. And in the process, we will disagree. I think we should go left. And then John Brown thinks we should use the right angle. And someone thinks that we should just keep going. And someone thinks we should go backward. And then we're going to get there. But at the end of the day, we all mean well for our country. And that's why we all come up here. First thing is, I want you to kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Please share the show. If you're on YouTube, give the show a like the show, share the program as you come on tonight, because we're going to have a fascinating show. I can tell you. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen tonight. It's going to be heated. So please share the program and let's have a good show tonight. Let me go across and welcome the folks. And I was just saying, let me talk my own I want to talk, because when the men come, they will not want to give me a chance to talk, and then we'll be racking it. But let me say this, right? 2024, sorry, is going to be an exciting year. Here on the late night show, we're going to take it to another level. It's gonna get tough. It's gonna get rough right here on this platform. So yes, let me bring in our co-moderator Moba Zokia. The man is coming in fully in his African attire today. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Please, can you kind of rotate the camera, Maba?
Well, normally like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Let me see. Let me see.
Okay. That's it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. But what happened when you why always when you rotate your camera, your head certain portion of your head can show?
Yeah, I gotta fix it first.
Okay. Yeah, always. I mean, once you're trying to log in the studio, just set it up that way. It's gonna be fine. We want a wide
I
angle.
looking at.
I think it's much better, but you have to keep putting yourself back like this so that we
Yeah,
can see your
I
entire
keep carrying
body.
it. I keep carrying it back to see.
Yeah. But it's good to have you on, my mother. Welcome to the show. The first edition of the late night show for 2024. I see you coming in very fresh. Uh, with your red cap, the red cap and part irregular, but the beads and the African attire and everything is like a whole cultural year for you right here. But welcome to the show.
We're ready for it. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you.
Are you ready? Eh?
Yeah, we're ready for the show.
Okay.
A lot of things going on in a few days, and we gotta discuss these issues because it's getting out of hand.
Okay.
The corruption keep going on.
Thank
The
you. I
campaign,
don't want us
campaign.
to. I don't want us to. Let's take our time with this thing. Yeah, I know you want to start accelerating now, but let's take our time. Let me bring in the rest
No,
of the guys. I see our brother Jalawu Sandy has been on vacation. He's been touring several African countries. Jalawu will
man,
be sharing some
man.
experience with us. He's gonna be telling us more about some of those historic sites that he was able to visit during his vacation.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, let me welcome you, Josh. Josh Wheeler, welcome to the show. Good to have you. And our own brother, Francis Jabati, welcome to the show,
Happy New
brother.
Year, folks. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Same to you guys.
yeah.
Glad to be here. Glad to be alive.
Officer Hans Johnson, welcome to the show, sir.
Good evening, morning, afternoon. Happy New Year. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Happy to be here. See you another year.
Yeah. 2024 is right upon us, man. It was at a point, it appears as though it was that year that was so far away. Sorry, when I'm looking at my phone, it appears as though I'm sleeping, but I'm not sleeping. I'm up. So 2024 at a point seemed like a year that was very, very far away. But here we are, man. 2024 is right here. We are sitting here having our first edition of the late night show. For some time, I thought the first edition of the late night show was in August. Later did I realize that we started this thing somewhere at the end of July, somewhere in July, and we were able to sail through the entire second half of 2023, and here we are. I'd like us to move straight into the show. Let's get into the conversation here tonight. Lots of things happening. So many of you are aware. I want us to do the what's on your mind real quick. I know in the process some of you jump on those issues, but it's okay. But we're gonna do just 1 minute each, just a minute each, to talk about what's on our minds. And I'm gonna set the timer because I want to make sure that we stick
Is
within
that, is that part
the
of New Year
1 minute.
resolution to keep us on time?
Oh yeah, that's part of the no. Let me list the things that are part of the New Year resolution to make sure that we stick to the time. As part of the New Year resolution, you want me to list all to make sure that there's no
Go for it.
interruption.
This is the first
To make sure
episode.
that there's no interruption. To make sure that the disruptors will get in the background. They will be kept backstage for a while, and then later they will resurface. And a lot more. But again, it's good to be here. I'm encouraging our folks to share the program as they come on. But let's do the quick 1 minute. Just anything on your mind. But before we do that, man, let's welcome the man who just came from Africa. Yeah, the man just visited the African continent.
But the man.
No,
I thought the man on the show.
Josh came to Africa recently, but
Hold on, Josh.
Sandy
Hold on.
was here longer than George.
Yeah.
Cindy was here for a longer time, visiting several African countries, experiencing the culture from different perspectives. Yeah,
Cultural
and a
diversity.
lot of people have been asking, where's Cindy? Why are we not hearing Cindy on the show? Cindy, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on the show for after a very long time, the man Jilau Cindy. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on.
Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New
My,
Year. Happy
my
New
man,
Year,
Rwanda
Sandy.
treating you good. And I Rwanda, you went to other way.
Oh, very well.
East Africa,
No,
Europe
no, no.
as well.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
follow his trip. I saw all the photos.
yeah,
Good
it's good to
job,
be
man.
back, man. How you doing?
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta move
Oh,
by
Eric
Africa.
Nigel,
Is that
Stink Bangay,
Is that Africa
Francis
treat you
Howard,
with justice?
DC. Yeah, man. But let's get straight into it, man. Let's take our first 1 minute quickly to just talk about those issues on our minds. Moba, you want to kick the ball?
Oh well, and that one, my man, like
Yeah,
I just
let's
standing by
start
you
with you.
already.
Yeah, let's start with you.
Yeah, nothing much. A lot of things on my mind as we discuss the issues, but what really got to me today was the nomination for Samara, what do you call it, to LRA. You know, is questionable. Like everybody keep asking this question: what kind of human being is this? Who the guy? What integrity? What he did in the past? What he record? When it comes to corruption, he one of the person who name keep flying all over that he is most corrupt person among the most corrupt people in Liberia. But today, but today, they nominate him as one of the commissioner for LRA, the general commission for LRA, which of course I think the Senate need to do their work by rejecting that guy because you know it just glaring that what he did in the past and what all he do right now, what he doing is against the corrupt behavior of our country.
20
So
seconds.
I think the people got to come up and you know even doing maybe the time for go for the confirmation hearing. Citizens got to put ourselves together, go over there and do a peaceful protest and call upon the Senate to not confirm him because
Thank you.
first
Thank
of
you,
all,
Moba.
he's not competent. Number one, number two, he's corrupt.
But he has a PhD. If you say he's not competent,
Matthew
credential
Matthew
wise,
called
he
him will
has a
pull all the
PhD.
thing in a few days.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Moba. Let's hold you there. Josh, let's hear what's on your mind quickly, sir. 1 minute. Let me set your timer now so we get going. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I'm not thinking about nominations. Nominations are, the prerogative of the Senate and the how they call it, the president. So it doesn't really concern me. What really concerns me today is a video that I've watched of Luka Rich's incident where he almost killed a Liberian girl. He's in prison and his lawyers are going around trying to bribe the family to forget the case. I don't know how true is that. I watched the video, it almost brought me to tears because when you look at what that girl went through, the thin line between trust and betrayal, and justice being elusive on another end, tells me that we got a long way to go as a country. We can say all we want to say. Other countries, especially in the West, look at riches will be in serious problem. But as we have it, this guy is trying to get his way out of the calamity he caused. And it's such a sad thing to listen to when I listen to how the girl has been traumatized by what happened. Because any human being you'll be traumatized, especially being
Thank you.
betrayed by somebody you love so dearly. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let's hear from you, Francis. What's on your mind?
Yeah, good morning, good evening, folks. Yeah, just to continue from where our brother just stopped, I am concerned about the nomination of these two guys. I mean, it's not a small thing, even though the president has the right to do it, but he's doing it for nefarious reason to cover his own butt from the crimes that they have committed against the Liberian people and putting criminals in on the Associate Justice and also LRA. But another thing I just want to jump to quickly. For me, I'm a very simple guy. I was just sitting when the lady came on Spoon and spoke about the burned folks in the hospital and the cream that they need for the body. I think they said $20 for one tube or something like that. So I was sitting there and thinking, I said, where can we get money from that is being wasted? Our legislature make more money than the United States Congress. Let me repeat myself. The Senate representative make more money in Liberia than the Senate representative in the U.S. If you take $1,000 from the senators, each of those 30 senators from their pay every month, that's $30,000. Multiply that by 12, that's $360,000. Just cutting that pay about $1,000 each, they will still be making more than the U.S. Senate and representative. That $360,000 can do a lot out for police, for fire service, or for medications in the hospital. But you see, my people, they will not look at those places. They don't want to cut their pay. They want to cut other poor pay, pass laws that will benefit them. My Liberian people,
Thank you.
y'all wake up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Francis. Let's hear from you. Hans, what's on your mind, sir?
Oh, sir. The whole situation in Bangabon County. Well, good evening again to everybody. Thank you, Nelson. The whole situation in Bangabon County with the government as of yet have yet to set up a emergency command center. I'm piggybacking on Dr. Yinswa because that one of my area of specialties I study for Homeland
Mhm.
Security emergency management. And up to now, we currently don't have a command center where information, everybody, Natalia McGill, Buffers Chambers, I mean, I'm just the few names I can recall coming to head. Even what's his name, this acting and deputy speaker, they all go into Nadine Rice and stuff. We should have one command center, and I will elaborate later. And as I said, to piggyback on Dr. Ninswas, what he spoke about the other day, because having a command center will be able to channel things through one place instead of everybody trying to go and donate to show up their names and say, "Oh, I did this and did that." That's what they do in Liberia. This man could donate this man bring bus, put his pictures on it. That should not be. And as I said, I will go into details later. But for now, the situation in Banga still needs a command center. But I believe this government is weak. This government have failed the Liberian people and failed the citizens of Bangabon County and its president. I'm so happy that a few more days left for him to be out of this chair.
Now, when you speak of the command center, is that how you call it? The command center.
IC for short is Incident Command Center,
Okay.
Incident Command System. Is something that's been set up well to go back into history. The Homeland Security they had this prior to establishing the Homeland Security in America. But after that, everybody started, all countries, due to natural disaster by cause of human and natural causes, these things were set up. The Red Cross used to be the key on these things, but with having the IC Command Center, where you have one person, not one person per se, but a command staff, have a center that it will channel everything through them. They'll be reporting, giving daily briefs and daily report, help the situation, help to mitigate the speculation of false information parading that corruption. Those things can eliminate everything. That's why when we had the Ebola situation in Liberia, it was set up. So all what we collected in America was channeled through the IC. Same thing here in America when we had this situation, this natural disaster in these countries. We have what you call the IC is set up and chaired by either a general, some former person in the military here, or some person who actually worked with the State Department or somewhere in higher places of government that understands it. And they have chain of commands that follow it. But I will go into
Okay.
details later because I have gone through that process before in my new phase.
Okay. That's a great one. Our brother Vacabinet Toure, thanks for joining us tonight. And Toure, I don't know how come you keep making all the guys to appear short. You took a photo with Antonin the other day. You exposed Antonin, and when George saw the photo, he said he
Yeah.
can never ever in his whole life stand with Toure.
So you want to tell me to wait taller
To
than
take a picture. Let's see.
Anthony?
The guy said,
Ah.
if I ever meet Toure, I will sit on the same bench, we take a picture. But we
Leave
can
George.
Leave
George
it,
is
George.
spinning up.
We
Just
must
stop me
stand
right
up,
here. I
George.
read
We're
your
not
drug and stop
sitting.
me right here.
It's not gonna happen.
But look,
It's
Nelson,
not gonna happen.
George
but
looking
Nelson,
short. You can tell.
Nelson, for some reason, people don't feel that sure because even on the show, I meet some of our followers in the streets. They be like, "Is that you, Toure?" Say you look short on the show. Bro, I used to be a basketball player for crying out loud, man. Come on.
Okay, so what's on your mind, Tyrell? Let's hear you tonight.
My man, I saw that picture. I laugh at them. I start hearing me.
On some real, actually, I'm tall, though. I'm not sure. But look, on some real, let me tell you, Labrador is like a swamp, and we must drain the swamp. That swamp needs to be drained, right? Let me tell you. And to piggyback off of what my brother Francis was talking about, brother, if we should fix anything, if we should, rescue anything after the rescue mission, we need to rescue the salary discrepancy in our country. It don't make sense for these buggers to be making the amount of money they make. It don't make absolute no sense. Nobody should be accumulating wealth at the expense of a suffering majority of the people. It does not make any sense. You know what I mean? Like all the lawmakers should look at themselves and be like, look, if we should sacrifice anything for the sake of country, we need to start looking at our salaries and the opportunity that these offices bring to us. And I'm telling you, something will happen. And one thing, let me say this. It's in life, as parents, look, I have a daughter, right? What we should not do in this life is to try to reward bad behaviors. And what the president is doing right now with the appointment of Samora Wolokoli, it's actually, rewarding bad behaviors, right? This is not good. This is not good. How many days now the president got in office and you want to appoint somebody to that kind of position? But nobody in this world will do anything without a reason. There is something that the president must get at the back end, right? Appointing that man, there is something there that the president want to get, right? Other than that, if the president was somebody who really want to just swear himself into retirement,
30 seconds.
and not accumulate any other wahala that will come in retirement, it's for him to just get his hand off and allow the remaining processes to go through. But no, the president will not do that because the president still want to drain the swamp.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Cindy.
Well, thank you. I don't know why Nelson skipped me earlier and went to Touré. There must be some sort of favoritism on this show now.
I think he forgot.
I think that's what it is.
I think he forgot.
No, serious though.
Welcome back, Sandy. Welcome back, my man.
It is good to be back, and I want to say Happy New Year and thank you guys and the ladies for keeping the show going. I monitor the show when I could, but yeah, it's good to be back. Look, I want to first send my condolences to the family of the Bereaved family in Bond County. It is a national disaster that happened to our country. I heard about 60 plus folks had died from that incident. It is very sad. Hans already talked about some of the things, the measures that should be taken by now, like having some, governing board or center that will look into this whole issue. And I think from his security side, he can speak more to that. But what I'm reminded as I look at that incident, I'm reminded of two things. First, it brings to knowledge how our people are struggling. You found those young men and women and those people that went there to hustle gas or gasoline from that truck. They were doing it to either take the gasoline and sell it, or maybe to fuel their generator and supply some sort of electricity for themselves. It just speaks to how things are going by in the country, and it's very sad. But I also want to urge our people, from what we saw, and this is not the first time this has happened in the country. From what we saw, we must be very cautious when we see things like that. When a truck is broken down, when a car is broken down, we must avoid going around those places. But most importantly, from a security standpoint, I'm not a security expert, right? But the security guys that will.
And I was just about to ask.
No. I'm not leaving my healthcare. The security guys here will acknowledge that in country like the US and many other countries around the world, when incident happen, You don't leave truck like that abandoned. They
Listen,
take precaution. They make sure that there are some sort of barricades around the truck, some sort of preventive measures are taken so that people will not go close to those kind of vehicles.
exactly.
I did
And
not see
Um,
that happen.
we
Nelson,
we
just give,
we
yeah,
we
Nelson,
we
that
we
two
we're
two
gonna come.
yeah,
We're
two
gonna
second,
come
man.
to this.
I just wanted to add to what my brother just said, right? The identical issue is not start from George Weah. It start long
Right. No,
since
no.
before.
They're
Let
gonna
me
judge
say
their
this, right?
problem.
Let me just say this. 2029, 2010, when we were facing Coral Road, right? You know, Coral Road, at that time there was no line, no road, nothing. You know what they put did? They put the cross right center of the middle of the road, they never block it, they put sin. My man, we were driving, I mean, we were on a bike. I and my cousin coming from out. The guy that was driving, the guy that was riding the bike, the man never saw that hill. My man, the man entered in that thing. We all went in the air. We came down. They my shoulder. I broke them my shoulder. The guy whole so they caught. You can't telling you. So all these things, you know, it's just it only happen in Africa. It don't happen. It don't happen in developed country. You know, if there are other country, I could sue the company. You know, and then
No,
get
no, no. So now, since I'm taking
you
my
know.
five
Okay,
second bite,
guys.
since I'm
I'm
taking my five
sorry. I'm
second
sorry.
bite.
I'm sorry. We have to make progress. We have
Yeah,
to
but
make progress.
the man stole my time. So let me take my
No,
five
I
second
thought
bite.
you see me, my man.
in fact, I left Toure on the floor. I was trying to attend to something here. Before I knew it, I came back and saw
But you
Cindy
see,
speak.
they melt
But
handle
guys,
with you.
let's make progress with this, right? Um, I know we'll
I'll
talk
hold my
about
peace.
the Tinker thing. We're going to talk about the whole Tinker thing and everything
Let
that's
me
been
not make it.
happening, and all of that. You know, these are very important discussions to have. But folks, we have seen the last minute of time actions, the last minute of time appointments, the 11th hour decisions that have been made by this administration, and I think that's something that's worth talking about. We're going to come to the other aspect, and Cindy was making a very important point. We're going to come to that, but uh Councillor Frank Musa Dean was the center of discussion just the other day. A lot of people talking about Councillor Dean. This man is justice minister, now he's being appointed and so forth. There are other aspects with respect to the legality of the decision taken by the president that the legal luminaries have been discussing as well. Two legal practitioners today in the country called on the Senate to reject the justice minister. Uh, uh, I mean, based on some legal issues surrounding that whole appointment issue. Well, that's another aspect of it. But today, we saw another one. This thing came up as a rumor, and we heard it, you know, but a lot of people still did not believe it. But before we knew it, Samara Wolokoli, the Deputy Finance Minister for Fiscal Policy, Dr. Samara Pizia Wolokoli, though a lot of people say they will question his doctrine and everything, yeah, we'll get to that aspect. But he was officially nominated today by the president, pending approval from the Liberian Senate, to replace the LRA Commissioner General. The LRA Commissioner General, Thomas Dona. Well, this has sparked another debate. A lot of people think that Minister Wolokoli will be rejected. Well, others think that he should be accepted. He should be vetted, and if he meets the criteria, he should be given the opportunity to serve his country. What do you guys make of this decision? First of all, at the 11th hour. Now, we know constitutionally the president has the right, the legal authority under our constitution to make appointments. But what are your take on this whole appointment thing of Samara Wolokoli? Does he have what it takes to bring about the kind of transformation that's needed at the LRA? Can he make any difference at this 11th hour? Is Samara Wolokoli equipped? Does he have the capacity to deliver at the LRA like what we saw under Thomas Doe now? Now, with all of what is happening, what do you foresee? Do you see a Senate at this time that's going to confirm Samara PZ Wolokoli as he appears before the legislators? Let's start with you, Moba, and we're going to make the rounds.
You are muted.
Moba,
Yeah. I was just discussing the issue today with one of my good friends from Liberia. He's a coming feature. Half of the men who work in Georgia government, they are against the identical nomination, actually. And we were talking, like what came out and said from the usual stage that even a academic understanding, right?
credential.
Yeah, the academic credential is quite questionable because according to what we're hearing from our sources, that he never acquired his education well. So, but I put that one side.
But where are the
document will
sources?
come
Who
up.
are the
Document will come
sources?
up. Next thing, document
No,
will come
who
up.
are the sources? How
I mean,
how
we
you
got
say
sources
that he didn't
we got
acquire?
sources we're talking to, my man. I tell you, look, when the election
How
started, I
trusted?
told you I was talking with.
How trusted are your sources?
But listen, I was the one who came here and said police were coming. The police were not taking pay. They want to go on strike. And on the spoon there, where the day I said it, I think the following day they said it on that show. So people within the government give us information, and the information they give us, we don't say that it's 100%. But guess what we do? Okay, you see, let me see. Oh yeah, man. I get my own sources. People give me information, and these informations are credible. You understand? So and what all they doing, right? George, we are doing there. They call it the whole cover hole. He trying to pull Samara over there to carry on some clandestine act, more especially when it comes to releasing some documents and some receipts that I know from LRA, and we know LRA that where the government revenue, that everything, that's where they keep that. That's where
So
they
Mama,
get
are you
all this.
saying here? Are you saying here that the motive behind this appointment
Is
is
to
for
it's
Samara
to is
Wolokoli to carry on some cover up at the LRA
that's all.
at the
That's the
11th
reason.
hour? Is that what you think?
Yes, that's the reason. What look at the man. Look at the main character when it comes to moral, when it comes to corruption. Look at the main character. Everybody in the country know people. When the sedition was like, okay, you know what? It's not true. But when the investigation, why now they still hiding a lot of things to give it to the transition team because
No,
they know what under their sleeve. You
no.
understand?
A
They
lot of
know.
people think that the president has the legal authority to carry
No,
on
I
to make
agree.
appointments. Do you
I
agree with that?
agree. I agree.
Okay. Do
It's
you
the
see
right.
a Senate? Do you see a kind of Senate that's
That's
going
where my
to
problem coming from.
approve this appointment?
That's where my problem coming
What
from.
do you
You
foresee?
see, the Senate, right? You get people that Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph will get company and you get money in the budget. Every year they put in the budget for a company. You think I may not confirm. You think I may not vote for Samara because I'm president friend. So he will do it. And when we come in, the only thing we can do, the law, the Senate, we got to talk to the Senate. We got to come in every day, put our feet to the fire to not confirm Samara with a calling. That's all. But for me, right?
Okay.
For me, I only
This,
looking at I only looking at Delon, Yombly, Bocha, and a few all that will resist
So
the
let me
identical
let me
confirmation.
conclude on this one. Let me conclude on this one, Moba, then we'll move to Josh. Samara, if you put Samara PZ Wolokoli, the doctor, one side, then you put Councillor Musa Din one side. Of the two individuals, who do you think is the lesser evil?
I think all depends the position.
And who do you think
I
stand
can't-
a greater chance of being confirmed by the Liberian
all
Senate?
depends the area they're trying to occupy. Number one, you
We
get
already know the
friend
area.
Musa Din, right? Friend Musa Din. Friend Musa Din, first of all, he been there for 12 years. All the killing that went on, we never hear Musa
12
Din
years?
talking anything about. I mean, 6 years, we never hear Musa Din talking about anything coming up. Talking, telling the Liberian people, you know what, we're carrying on investigation. So like press conference, telling the Liberian, giving the Liberian people hope. He was there when all the people was killed, and then when the president came out and said everybody needs CCTV. He never, I mean, everybody should be their own security. You don't even get caught when talking about CCTV. He never came out to tell the
So
people,
yeah,
say,
more back
let's
to
do
the
this, let's do
question.
that.
So
So for
yeah.
me, the both of them, right? The both of them, they don't even get the character to even
So yeah,
occupy any of these places.
does anyone
Trust me.
stand a better chance? Does any of the two have an edge when it comes to their chances of being confirmed?
For look, Nelson, all depend with the Senate. I would say this. For us, with that
So you
comment, we
think
still
nobody has an edge?
the both of them, they get nothing. They don't even have no.
Okay,
Like,
thank you.
even leave with the Senate, right? Even leave with the Senate. To me,
Mhm.
they will confirm. They will confirm those people. The only thing we need to do when we
To
get an
push that
opportunity,
through.
that time we talk on these issues, we get at fault
Thank you,
or
Maba.
whatsoever, and our
Thank
corruption
you.
behavior. That's it. That corrupt
Thank
behavior,
you.
right? That's
Thank
it.
you. Let's hold you there and move to George. George,
But the
your
Senate,
government, the CDC government
all right.
that you support, is in the business of carrying on an 11th hour or making 11th hour appointment in government in strategic position. The Liberia Revenue Authority, that entity that takes the lead when it comes to generating revenue for the country, and the judiciary, the honorable bench of the Supreme Court. Your government
Mm-hmm.
is making these strategic appointments at the 11th hour. First of all, um, what do you think is the motive behind these appointments? One, the
Okay.
individuals that are being appointed, do they have the capacity to deliver in these areas to bring about the kind of transformation, especially with the case of Samara Wolokoli? And then, thirdly, do you see a Senate? Do you foresee the Liberian Senate approving or confirming those individuals?
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to Morba for his view on this. But look, Nelson, before I start, I just want to make something really clear here.
Mhm.
What I will be basing my response on tonight or today will be legality, right?
Okay.
Because when it comes to what we call prudence or sentiments, how people feel, it does not stand up. You know what I mean? Because your view will be different from my view, but the law is the law, right? Your law is between there, and whatever you think that it is not the right thing to do, or when the law says the right thing to do is the right thing to do. But here's what I want to say. Let's take for instance that uh, the honorable Judge Nangwe was not sick and did not want to retire. President Weah wouldn't have nominated George, let's say the Musadin, I would say Musadin. And if the honorable man, which is a really nice man, uh, the former who is dead now for the LRA, if he had not died, President Weah wouldn't be nominating anyone. So let's say the death and the illness of these two people necessitated, brought about these nominations. So when we look at it, if they were not sick, President Weah wouldn't be nominating anyone, and those people still going to stay in that position. And guess who nominated them before? President George Weah, right? And they will be there because those positions are tenure positions. They will be there throughout Joe Baka's term. And why will you say? Will you say that George Weah did something bad? No, it would be the same thing. It would be the same way Ellen nominated people, judges that are on the board, on the board, and George Weah went there and worked with them. It would be the same as President Bwaka would do. So I don't want to base my response to
Okay.
whether
So what
it
do
is
you
a
want to
good
base
thing.
your
It's a good.
response on?
It will be the law. The
Okay.
law provides that President Weah or the president can nominate anyone at any time throughout his tenure until he turns power over. He has done that. He's done his part of the law. The next thing now is for the legislature or the Senate to say no or yes. And look, I want to believe that.
Josh, we know the whole law thing. Yeah, the
Yeah.
law thing. The people know about it. Yeah, but let's talk about the motive. What do you think is the motive behind this
I
11
think my initial comment will already expose what is a motive here and what is not. The
What
initial
do you
thing was
think is
that
the motive?
if there was no death at LRA
Mhm.
and no sickness at the Supreme Court, the people George Weah nominated will be there for the next 6 years or maybe 3 years. They
Okay.
wouldn't President Bwakai or elect. he could not remove them because they are on tenure position. You cannot remove a judge easily. You know that, as we all do. So the only reason why President Weah is nominating anyone now is because of death and illness. So
Okay.
it was not because of that. Nothing was going to happen. And here's what I want to say, because this morning I listened to the Spoon Talk, and CEO was there as well, and he talked about how the UP has launched a legal proceeding
Yeah,
against the nomination
we're going to
at the
come to that
Supreme Court.
aspect as well.
And no,
That's
but yeah,
something is
I
going on.
know you're going to come to that, but that's where, because my response to the entire thing is legal, right? I just want to say that is a complete joke. There's
The action from the Unity Party.
It's a complete joke. Guess what? The only way you can go to the Supreme Court for anything, that is when an action has been taken. You cannot
But an
go and
action
sue
has
somebody and
been
say,
taken.
I see. No, there's no action has been taken
You
yet.
want us to go
You
to
get,
the
you,
to the document from the an action
no,
has been taken.
no. Okay, the action. What they are saying is that this person. They did not say. The argument is not that President Weah cannot nominate someone.
Mhm.
They are saying the person should not be confirmed, and this person is not confirmed. So you cannot go to court and say the person that want to be confirmed should not be confirmed, because it's a futuristic thing. So that particular thing, I don't know, maybe it's a jungle justice or kangaroo court that anybody will stop something from happening. And guess what? The three branches of government are equal, right? There's no big brother, no small brother. You cannot tell me what to do as the judicial branch, right? Judicial branch cannot tell how the
No,
legislature
I
should
mean,
do their
there's any
work. So
interfere,
no,
it's
man. You
improper.
know that.
No, it
no, no,
doesn't.
no,
It
no,
doesn't work.
George,
It
George.
doesn't
A
work.
lot of Liberians see this action, this recent nomination, especially of the two individuals,
Mhm.
as a way of the CDC government wanting to protect herself when she's out of power, as a way of the CDC government wanting to cover up. What can you say to those kinds of
Look, Nelson, these are petty things. And I don't know where the kind of petty ness is coming from amongst us, right? Because President Weah has the power to nominate anybody when he's there, right? So let's say, for instance, like I said, if there was not death or sickness, the people are going to remain there, and the people were nominated by George Weah. You getting me? They were going to remain, and guess what? Those position, attending position, and even the on the judicial side of things, it's a lifetime appointment, or it's a lifetime position. This guy going
okay?
to be there until
Let's
he
go
wants to move.
let's
So
go to
you cannot you
Wolokoli
cannot you cannot you
finally.
cannot make that argument. Yeah, you cannot make
Finally,
that argument.
let's go to
It's just
Wolokoli. Do
naive.
you think? Do you see
Hmm.
Samurai Wolokoli as someone who has what it takes to bring the
Look,
kind of transformation that's needed at the LRA?
look, Nelson. All I always advocated for was processes and assistance, right? Look, let me tell you, um, anyone with common sense can thrive at any ministry if
What?
there are systems. Anyone can make
Come on,
it, can work, yeah, can work any system. Look, once a person got common sense and there are
George.
systems in place, yeah. So
Anyone. Mhm.
Nelson, for instance,
No, don't use me
before I
as
can,
an example. Yeah.
okay, I'll use myself.
No, don't use me
Okay,
as an
for
example.
okay. Here's the thing. So one of my staff want to travel to go and do some work, right?
Mhm.
Once there's a system in place that the first thing they got to raise the voucher or travel, the travel people got to look at everything, send it to my admin bring up my decks, and then I look at it and I flip all the sheet and make sure that everything is covered and the voucher is there. I sign, right? So that process, once that process is in place, they will not just take the voucher
So
from there and
you
bring it to
think
me.
you think he
So
can?
I think he can do it. I think he can do it. And guess what? The prerogative is for the Senate to see whether he can do it or not. But one of the things that I would really detest is to see politics play. Because any Liberian, once you are qualified, should be able to occupy
Thank
any
you.
position in Liberia, regardless
Thank
of who they support in politics or whichever church they go to or whatever is their sexual orientation.
Thank
That
you.
should
Thank
be
you.
the case.
It's
So
good that
even
you
if you
bring in
have a
church.
corruption
It's
stigma, they
good that you
still,
bring in church. It's
eh?
good that you bring in
George,
church because the churches are now a major factor in this thing. The fucking clone
Yeah.
church was
Everybody
the
going
latest, the hottest
to
church. Now,
everybody
Chapel of
attending
Faith
the
of
Baptist
Prince
church,
Johnson and the Ever
Prince
Baptist. Okay,
Johnson church.
let's move to Francis. Francis, what do you make
Someone
of
said
this?
they saw Sandy at Prince Johnson Church. I don't know how true is that.
Francis, let's hear from you, sir. What's your take on these appointments, the 11th hour appointments?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sad day. I don't know why George will always come here and try to make remix to the same song, 3, 4, 5 remixes to the same song. Nobody ever on this platform, ever, like Chris Tucker said, ever said that George Weah doesn't have the constitutional right to appoint. Even 2 hours before his departure, he can appoint. So our concern here is not with George Weah, because we already know he's not a man of integrity. Even though there are some things that are right, that you have the right to do, but you just don't do it if you have integrity. Because you know, especially for the LRA, what's the rush in appointing Samara Wilcoli? This is a man as a deputy minister for finance ministry. He has to even to put his own financial documents together for the auditors or for people who want to see them. He hasn't even done his job yet. They want to take him for finance ministry as a deputy minister and now put it over the head of Liberia Revenue Authority that he did not work at. How can he put the report together for the auditors in the first place? This was a man that went in front of the Senate, the spineless Senate. That's why I'm just kind of sick of talking about all these things, because Liberia Senate has no backbone. The man went for the Senate a couple of months ago when they were talking about the road fund. He went there, not even a single paper to show what happened with the county development fund, something that they were talking about. They asked me, say, "Oh, we gave it." Said, I think it was Edwin Snow that said they didn't receive it. From one of the county. The president had said, "Okay, let me call my president." They went back and forth. He said, "Okay, I will come back." Now I see the document. That man is he can have 20 PhDs. That doesn't make him qualified to be an LRA. So nobody here call. I mean, maybe Boba got his sources that say he doesn't have PhD. But for me, I would get him 50 PhD. But that still doesn't make him qualified to run the LRA. He was ill-prepared. He's incompetent. So George Weah should be ashamed of himself trying to put cloud. This guy is sitting here. You worry about appointing people. President-elect Joseph Parker is very capable of appointing people to do the Liberian people's job. His job should be the consular in chief. The people, Bon County voted for him twice. Look how he treated the people. In that time. How he treated the people. How he treating the people. They voted for him twice. 2 times. So we want to talk here about right. We know he has the legal, the constitutional right to appoint these people, but he should have some integrity and say, no, let me give him for the incoming government. But then looking at Musa Ding, for me, I rather
President, let me ask the same question before you left. So you think what's the motive behind him nominating Samara Wilcoli as LRA boss?
This dude, we all know, he's trying to cover up, but I think Samora is too dull to do anything over there.
No, this is someone who has a PhD. I mean, you're not talking about an ordinary person here.
I just gave him 50 PhD. I just gave Samora 50 PhD, but that still doesn't make him qualified to run the LRA. The man is so incompetent. He's so incompetent. He can't do a job. How you appear for the Liberia Senate with no document to defend yourself on what they are going to ask you about? You remember a couple months ago, he appeared and he said, I will come back. And when they're talking about the county development fund, did he show up with anything? No. Man, very incompetent. Then you want to take it and put over Liberia Revenue Authority? No, it doesn't make any sense. So for me here, if I have to pick one lesser or two evil, I'd rather Morocco get confirmed, because I know the incoming government can replace it.
No, but here's the thing.
Can you just look at somebody and say they are incompetent?
No, George, you're interrupting. But here's the thing, Francis. Some people are seeing this action as a way of diverting the public's attention from the Musa Ding issue to something else.
No, I think George Weah, that can partially be true, but not George, because I know he's competent because I saw his appearance in front of the Senate, the Liberia Senate. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I saw it. That was an incompetent man and a man that's very disrespectful to the Liberia Senate. But I don't blame him also because the Liberia Senate have no respect for themselves. So they will be treated like that. That's what happened. So I know he's incompetent because I've seen him when he appeared to make presentations. That's not competent. But to just the Musa thing, that would be the worst thing that can happen to the country. Because we have all made remixes to the same song. This guy sat in his place in the justice ministry for 6 years and never prosecuted a single or even come out with any findings in any of these major allegations that went on about corruption, murder, ritualistic killing. That's the man you want to take from there, from justice ministry, and not give him a lifetime appointment that people can come to him with law when they want to subvert the laws, where they can say, okay, go back to lower court or strike it down or hold it, and you want to put Musa Dean there for life?
Thank you.
Please, don't twist it.
Thank you, Francis. We have to move on now. Let's hear from you, Cindy. Cindy, what do you foresee? We're talking about this, and there are lots of other things happening now. The Unity Party has gone to court on this thing. We're going to come to that aspect. But do you see this current Senate confirming Musa Dean, the councillor, and Dr. Samara Wolokoli? Now, first of all, let me say welcome to the show, Steam Bangi. Thanks for joining us. And also, Amy, thanks for joining us on the show as well. Welcome. Raymond, thanks for joining us. It's good to have you on tonight.
Hey, guys. Happy New Year's.
Okay, so go ahead, Cindy. Let's hear you.
Let me lay out a narrative, Nelson, before I answer your question. President Weah was defeated by the Liberian people for reasons well known. The people said there was insecurity in the country, which is still true. The people said our economy was destroyed, which is very much true. So look at the two individuals that President Weah is promoting, even though his government was demoted. He's promoting somebody from the security sector who is in charge of the security sector, but has done nothing to ensure that our country is safe enough. He's also promoting a guy from the Ministry of Finance who has been there playing a key role, but has helped to destroy the Liberian economy that has made our people poor, and poverty have surfaced in the country. So those two key players in those two major areas that the Liberian people saw and defeated George Weah, he's getting those two people from those areas and promoting them. That itself should tell you a lot of things. Whether his motive is to protect his own interest, we can tell. We are not blind. The argument here is not whether President Weah can appoint or if he cannot appoint. We all know that he has the power to appoint. That's not the argument. The argument here then is why this time? This is not timely. The president in his own voice said that no more appointments. No more appointments in government jobs. No more appointments. Yet, he is rushing to appoint people in two key positions. It's not timely. Mr. Weah is conflicted. Today, he's working with the incoming administration. Mr. Goodman smoothly transitioning from his administration to this new one. Tomorrow, he comes back with some urgency to appoint people in key roles. So here is what should happen. I mean, you ask a question whether if the Senate will confirm these people. We know the Senate. The current Senate we have, most of them are outgoing too. They are going with George Weah. They were also defeated. What do they have to lose? They will be bought by George Weah, unfortunately. And those guys most likely will get confirmed. They will get confirmed. What the UP incoming government can do to prevent those guys from carrying on their duties or removing them, I don't know. It's up to the UP government. But we can tell with this urgency coming from the president,
Mhm.
something is on his sleeve.
What,
At
what
the-
what do you think is under his sleeves?
well, let's go into the justice. Putting this guy into the Supreme Court
Mhm.
can tell you that he's protecting his own interest. President William,
Legally.
we know evidently that he's corrupt. His government is corrupt. That's one of the reasons he was defeated. This guy is going to protect him in that area. At the Revenue Authority, we know that there are a lot of documentations that could reveal to the Liberian people what actually happened to their monies and some investments that came to the country that were never accounted for. Putting this guy there is to protect his interest.
Hmm.
If that was not the case, why the urgency? If that
Thank
was
you.
not the case, Nelson, why is he
Thank
rushing?
you. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks a lot. Um, we're gonna take Officer Hans Johnson, and then we take one of the females, and then we move to Ray.
Thank you, Nelson, and Happy New Year again, everybody out there. Condolences to the people of Bongabon County and to the platform. Happy New Year. It is unfortunate. It is sad that our country is once more again at the crossroad year with a very weak president, an outgoing weak government. And for someone to sit on the platform with people like us and talk about legality like we were born yesterday. My soon to be 1 year old daughter understand legality, and she definitely knows that with legality you can also deviate from certain appointment based on how the constitution is written. We not stupid yet. So you can't sit on the platform and try to make fun out of us and just stick to legality. We know that. We want to know your inner heart. Is it right? That was the question Nelson asked. Unfortunately, with the government we have and the man sitting over there who's leaving is of no use to this country. It's going to be no use to Liberia anyway. He has failed. Musa Dean definitely may likely be confirmed. Somewhere I will start with Musa Dean first. May likely be confirmed. And the same law that they used against Councillor or Justice Jane, or the real legal law will be used against Councillor Dean. I respect Councillor Dean. He's a good lawyer. But Councillor Dean, if I were you, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have taken this position to accept this nomination to go as Chief Justice or Associate Justice, because you're gonna be made shame at the end. You have not stood up one day, even the current recent situation that happened in Bangabon County, where we should have, as I just stated in my intro, incident command center probably could have been led by you as the Solicitor General of Liberia or the Chief Prosecutor of the Republic of Liberia. You have not, Chief Justice of Chief Law Enforcement Officer of Liberia. You have not proven anything yet. People have died. The truck driver, the company of which were transporting the thing, nothing, no legal actions has been taken against these people when we have almost 70 people plus dead. Some people, they obviously the number is going to rise because people still die because your government decided to steal and keep the money instead of pumping the money into the National Disaster Fund. So
Mhm.
most of the day you get confirmed, you're going to get taken. You're going to have sleepless night because you're not going to hold that position for a
So,
long time. I
um,
will go
uh,
to Samura Woloko. Okay, go ahead. What's
yeah,
up?
okay, just conclude with Samara Wolokoli.
And on the line, Samura Wolokoli, I refer to him as Samura Wolokoli is just another thief that want to go and say to LRA to cover up all the dragnet.
But this man is not doing it by himself.
Yeah, but
Hans.
who don't what?
This is an appointment from the president.
We understand
He
the law.
decides constitutionally he has the authority to do that. Now, but do you see him as someone who's going to bring about the kind of transformation, or at least maintain the legacy of Thomas Dona?
Who? Wolokoli?
Wolokoli, I mean.
No, man, please. If we're not on the air, I will use the other word. Brother, please. Let me be more precise and be more respectful to you. Brother, please. That boy is going over there to cover up. Look, Samuel Watercali is going to cover on Samuel Watercali is trying to go and steal more. I think this is a play. He taking Liberia for his old school nightclub where he can just run in and run out. This is a government. This 20 July 22nd, January 22nd gonna be a different form of government. George, we are gonna get a shock of his life when Joseph Boyka takes over.
Just to
Watercali
end
is
up
not
with
gonna
you.
bring no transformation. Mr. Director, now body rest in peace. But this is insulting to a good man who served the country. His
Now,
body is still in the
you
morgue.
said something very interesting. In the Musa Dean situation, right? You said that majority of some of the senators are outgoing, and the CDC has grips on some of those individuals. So you take, for example, from the recent election, 15 senators recontested. Of the 15, 11 were kicked out. Those 11 senators that were voted out, you have 4 senators that are going back. Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence and blah blah blah. But 11 senators went out. In order for Councillor Musa Ding to be confirmed, he needs the vote of at least 16 senators. At least 16 senators to get do you see the CDC as that influential? So let's assume that let's agree, assuming that President George really wants this and he wants to use all of his influence or what have you to get this. Do you see the possibility of the CDC getting this number? Maybe the 16 senators.
It is possible, but also that's why we have this platform and other platforms, informative and good platform, not the Flagga J platforms. We can use the platform to let these senators know that look, your legacy, this vote gonna determine your legacy 2025 or 26, right? I think it's the by-elections, right? I'm not talking about the guys that are leaving. The guys that are leaving,
Mhm,
you can leave
mhm.
with a legacy. Even if we are bribe you with envelope, take the envelope and vote against this because your legacy. Vonnie Sherman, you should be a staunch statesman for this country where we all should look up to say they're the counselor. So tomorrow,
Okay.
if God forbid, if you laying down flag strap over you, we can say he was a good senator, a good lawyer. But if you take this vote and you vote for this man, confirm this man, along with Watercali, you guys' legacy will go down in history as one of the worst, and you guys will look like dirts amongst Liberian throughout the
Thank you.
world everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you, Officer Hands. Now let's hear from Amy on this, and then we're going to take to Ray right after Amy. I mean, let's hear from you.
But wait, that put the 2 men are using glasses together like that, man.
Where are they?
Just bring
Sorry.
Mimi and put Josh in the middle for all 4 of them to be together.
No, just right there. He said,
The reason is because
And
we're
get
both above 6 feet. That's why.
even sitting down to race, even taller than Raymond, so that the more kids that will judge it later.
"Can I bring a
Yeah.
tall lecture on this side?"
but let's hear from you. I mean, this
All
this
right,
this
when I
recent
told that,
appointment, man.
Raymond is slightly taller than me. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
No,
he's
no,
tall.
you're taller than me. You're
I
six
saw,
feet one. I'm just
You
6
know,
feet, so you're
guys.
taller than me.
So
You know,
let's
guys.
go back. Let's go back to this thing, man. Let's hear your take on this. I mean, the recent appointment by President George Weah, Samara Wolokoli has appeared in the list of nominees at the 11th hour. Let's hear your take.
I mean, Nelson, I don't want to sound repetitive. Everybody already said what's going on here. But the thing about it is that I think everybody, I think we should just relax because these people are going to go through. Like you already talk about the Senate, we already know them. Yeah, especially the ones that are leaving, they don't care. They're already mad that they got voted out. So they think they'll do it to stick it to the Liberian people. That's what's going to happen. But the thing is, I don't think there's something. Yeah, it can be a tenuous position, but if there's evidence as hard as whatever, I don't think it's going to keep these guys. It's going to stop them because you're tenure or whatever. So you have to stay there, even though we have all the evidence on you for corruption or whatever. so you have to stay there. I don't think that is the case. So if we were depending on the Senate guys, we would be drowning. We shouldn't even depend on them. There's few people in there who wants to do the right thing, but they don't have the numbers. So that I mean, how can you look at somebody that I don't know Samara or whatever Wodokoli
Tomorrow, what they call
and
it?
pull him at it's
All
just
right.
laughable, and it's another slap in the face, in the Liberian people face, like we have been doing all his life, because I can say all his 6 years. So he's gonna continue doing it till he get out, and nobody, like Hans already said, nobody arguing about whether it's legal or he has the right. He also have the legal right to protect the Liberian people for the 6 years. Did he protect them? What is the hurry? This man is still in the mall. Why is he his space being filled already? Like, oh, I gotta do that before Liberia crash. No, there's no hurry in there. So we can't say here and be talking about, oh, because he has the constitutional ability. I mean, responsibility is his right. We all know that. But is it a hurry thing? Does he have to do it? If he doesn't do it, is something gonna happen? No. He's doing it for a reason, and we all know it. And the Liberian people know it. Nobody's like Hansen, nobody's stupid here. Don't come here and tell about legality or whatever. We know that, but I mean that he has a legal right, like I said, to protect the Liberian people for 6 years, to better their lives, to take them out of poverty, to do stuff like he promised he was going to do. He did not do it. So this is no rush. This is no emergency for him to do it. I'm just gonna
Now,
stop there.
with all the criticisms that are coming in, well, there are others who are, applauding this particular action. Well, there are others who are criticizing the president's decision. But does this in any way, I mean the this recent decision, the president's appointment, even at the 11th hour, does it in any way take away from what the incoming administration uh is supposed to achieve uh in terms of governance, the way they want it? Is it going to have any kind of impact on the incoming administration, her functions, and what have you?
Now, see, I think I don't know about the Supreme Court, but the RA, that's the place, right?
Yeah.
They go, okay. So, with this person in a question, Samara with Bolokoli or whatever his name is, he already has a Tinder record. Okay, there are just anybody with common sense. Well, I want to work with maritime then. I got common sense, even though I'm not qualified, but I wish somebody would put me there. But nonsense. Even though he may be qualified, what educational wise or whatever, but do you have the moral? Those are all standing to your response, your moral standing, your character. Those are all qualifications. We're not just talking about sitting in a classroom and doing 1+1 and having a degree or whatever.
Okay.
No, that's not the only qualification. So I already know this guy, like from what we've been seeing and been hearing, this guy already have a tinted character. So it's not gonna to me, it's not gonna stop anything, because if Jan B comes in, they can go just show the proof that they have and get this guy out. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you. I mean, let's hear from you quickly, Turi. Let's hear your take on this. In the midst of everything that's happening, the Unity Party has gone to court. Is the Unity Party going to survive this legal fight? Was it the right thing to do in the first place?
That's a question for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody will go into a fight with having any sort of preconceived, um, you know, intention of losing. I mean, you already feel like you stand a greater chance, or at least when
Mhm.
you decide to go into a battle. But yeah, I mean, look, that country, my man, I don't know, man, Nelson, man. Like, I mean, as if we just turning around the same place. Um, but one day, somebody will just wake up and something drastic will happen. And then the whole nation will wake up. Um, and I've seen that happening already. What we are seeing right now, as far as with all of these
Mhm.
appointments and stuff like that, conventional wisdom obviously does not exist when you discussing the CDC or President George Manuel Weah, as if things have not gotten any worse under President George Manuel Weah. President George Manuel Weah is like the guy who have committed a crime, and he's literally on his way to jail, and the judge that's doing the sentencing on his way out, he decided to spit in the judge's face. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about adding assault to injury. This is bad, right? You rob the country for 6 years, right? The least you can do for less than 3 weeks, then you are there doing sinister stuff. This is bad. This is absolutely bad, right? But again, we're not gonna be here to break the news to the Liberian people. Y'all did it already for 6 years. Decided to kick Bekugbe out. Those senators are not saying on there. Of course, this thing gonna go in front of them, and we'll see exactly how which one of them are gonna vote in favor and which one of them are gonna vote against. Then the Liberian people will check that. I check that, right? That's what's gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It does not make sense, right? It does not make sense.
But Ray, you are terming as ridiculous illegal action taken by a democratically elected president. Ray.
Nelson, look, Laser will never so close and forget to
Come
give.
on. Where have you seen Laser so close, man?
Laser will never so close
leave us to
and forget an open area for his tail to come out. All right?
That's right.
Look, let me tell you. Look. My man, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right?
Of course.
A Newton tenor of motion. Whatever President George Manuel do, people say, "Oh, the man, he's unconventional politicians. He does not understand politics. He's just doing things." No. That man, he don't understand politics, but he know exactly where the money is. Someone want to call you going over there, my man. It is not just some kind of blindfold decision. This is well intended. All right.
What do you think is the intent? What do you think is the intent?
That's what it is.
What do you think is the intent?
The intent, my man. Let me tell you, man. Where there is fire, there is smoke. Even
anyway, let me leave you because
can smell smoke.
Thank you,
my man. Look,
thank you,
my man. I don't have to work in government to know where the mine is. All right, you know what I mean. Blind man can see smoke, but blind man can.
Common sense, right?
Toure, you're not finished us.
I
don't know where Toure came from with this.
My man, Laser gets so close, but I did that thing.
My man, Laser was so close, but Laser know to his tail need to have a breathing room. The tail not be stuck in it.
Look. But let's hear from you, Steve. Welcome. Let's hear your take on this thing, man. Now this is the communication. There's the document here. I just wish I can have it uploaded so that we can display it on the screen here. But yes, so the Unity Party decided to take this thing to another level, and the Unity Party and its national chairman and Reverend Luther Tappet, national secretary, and blah blah blah, the entire leadership. They are petitioners versus the Liberian Senate by and through the president, ex-president Joel Howard Taylor, and Frank Musa Dean, and I see Samora Wolokoli, and all of those people here. Okay, and so they said, you are hereby commanded to notify the Liberian Senate by and through its leadership. Okay, so I'm gonna get this document posted here before reading through it. But Steve, let's hear your take on this recent decision and the reaction now from the Unity Party as well. They have gone to court as well, trying to kick against this thing. Let's hear you as I try to get this document out.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you find yourself. Happy New Year, guys. It's been a while. I'm
You are
happy
in,
to be back.
you
It's
are in Liberia, right?
2024. We made it. Yes,
You are
I
in Liberia recently?
was. Yes, I was. But anyways, happy New Year. I'm glad we all made it.
Amen.
I'm hoping 2024 will be better than what it was last year. Than 2023. I'm hoping that we all find a common ground to kind of like bridge some of the divide that we have as a country. Um, my sister Monigo, happy New Year. Nelson, I don't know why a lot of people or why this is rattling people up, right? But this is not strange.
Can we
It's
all
not.
mute? Can we mute? Please. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Steve.
I, it's not. It's not something strange. This is something that it's not a new attitude or new behavior of the present government. From the beginning of the 6 years to pretty much the end of it, is a pattern. The man is doing what he wants to do when he wants to do it. And says, I mean, guess what, mama? Common sense ain't common. Common sense not common, especially for us Liberians.
I was
Already
quoting
giving
George.
God hard time. Common sense not common, mama. So that when I go there. But it's sad, right? Knowing that for a man like Samara Pizia Wolokoli, the PhD, the doctor, right? He served in government before, right? What did he do? What is his record? And this is the same man within 6 years. George, we ain't saying nobody around, right? This is the same man at the end of his term that he won't put there. And it's something that we're supposed to discuss. It's something that is supposed to be strange to us. No, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to get worked up about it because at the end of the day, trust me, George Weah knows he was constitutionally elected. So he's doing whatever he wants to do. Like, I'm the boss. I'm the sheriff right now. Until y'all can take over January 22nd, who cares? I'm going to do what I want to do. And most times, Nelson, I don't even like to talk about the Senate or the legislature as a whole because the entire problem, or more than half, if not the entire problem in the country, stems from that building. That particular building. The people that don't work, they go to work 8 times an entire month. While we do our 9 to 5, we get it every single day. We're doing a double. They go to work 8 days an entire month. And we all know how much they're making. Coupled with the $30,000, coupled with all the brown envelopes, coupled with everything else. So we know. So it hurts me when I have to question these people when we know they're not even correct people. Right? How in the world, right, can a Samara Pizza Wolokoli even be brave to stand in front of the Senate after what he has done before? Right? And I can bet my head right now that nobody besides maybe Dara General or Nyomdi Kanga will ask him, oh, the last time you said you were going for people, won't see you again. What happened? Now you're here for a different thing. Right? For Musa Din, I ain't even worried about Musa Din. I feel like what he's getting is a payback for all the cover-ups he has done throughout the years. He knows too much. He's been in positions that he's privy to information, confidential information from the public. So those things, they can't risk him putting those things out. But at the end of the day, they see where Justice Janet was removed. They didn't try. Musa Din will do our own too. We're not stupid no more. It's not like it was before, where we didn't know what was going on. They would sit in there and everybody would just do it on a cover and everybody sit. Now we know what's going on. Now we know who's voting for who or for what reason. Now we're privy to documents that somebody voted against the Liberian people, against the interest of the Liberian people. The only thing I want to talk about is the fact that it will be strange to us that we can have a whole 14 military hospital, but we don't have cream to rub on victims of burn at the general hospital. Right? Make that make sense. Make that make sense to the Liberian people. The fact that 70+ of our citizens will die because of ignorance, right? And I can say the other word I won't say it, right? That nothing is done about it. Nobody gave a rat to what you call it. Everybody going there trying to chase clout because that's how I see it. Nothing is coordinated. Nothing is arranged properly. Everybody chasing crowd. You go get your 1,000, they put you on air. You get your own of 1,000. So then what's happening to these people? But mind you, when their family sick, they send them to Ghana, right? If it was their family member, if it was a government official family member, by now they'll be in Ghana or India. They will not be laying out of JFK with
Thank
no
you.
cream. I rest my kids, Nelson. I'm not get there.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Stim. So we take Raymond, and then we make a quick transition.
You are muted.
Raymond, can you unmute?
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live now.
To my dear brother Cindy, you've been gone for a while. He's the biggest producer of documentary around today, and we can rely on his expertise. And thanks for informing us and taking us along with you on your vacation and places we haven't been. Stan, welcome. Beautiful. You've been gone for a while as well. It's good to have you back and your perspective you bring to the discourse. Well, the discussion today, guys. This section, our presidency and the government is in, is called a lame duck session. And in politics, it's defined like that for a purpose and for a reason. Because they have a limited term. And it's implied in the lame duck session because of the limited term, your successor has been elected or your tenure has come to an end. At that time, your focus of the governance is transition. And that's why it was appropriate when the president came out with the executive order 123. And in it, he specified the prudent things to do in this session. Put a freeze on employment and promotion and even financial expenditure. But the same presidency who has the authority to come up with executive order have come up to contradict his executive order. That in itself isn't governance or good governance. And there's been precedents. The lame duck session again is called in terms like this for a purpose. The word means a limited influence, limited powers. Of course, the presidency has the power, but it implies in this tenure, your successors has been selected by the masses. This is democracy. It has been defined by the people who have the power to select their leaders or elect their leaders, that your presidency and your leadership wasn't good enough. That's why you have been, another presidency has been elected. That means your presidency is out of the door. It's only appropriate not to abuse powers. Of course, you still have the power because you're the presidency, but it implies that your powers and your presidency has come to an end. So it's just the right thing for the president to have abide by his executive order and not try to do new appointments, new promotion or employment. Now let's talk about Samura, a friend and brother, someone I went to college with. When it comes to his academic excellence, he's one few Liberian who's up there. I can take it from him. He's a smart guy. I wouldn't argue his credential because someone who's found in a corrupt government in the center of it could do any other corruption. But with the point of going at LRA is not all about academics excellence. It's about integrity. There's something called professional ethics. And professional ethics isn't big on credentials. It's big on integrity. Ethics in decision making. And that is very valid to a place that we get our revenue from. Corruption has been our biggest problem in our country. It's not about academics. Academics is not the essence of our poverty. It's not a reason why we poor and language and we can't get nothing done. It's basic corruption and bad decision, poor governance. And I think based on that, Samura should not be going to LRA, even though he's a friend and brother. When he meets me, he's going to shake my hands with a friendly face. But that friendship friendship has its own limitation when it comes to country. And for Musa Dane, man, we don't know it. Musa Dane hasn't done right in his 6 years in a row. So why should he get a promotion? And the whole thing is, look, George, we had the Liberian people have said, thank you for your presidency, you out. Why in the 11th hour? And the country our democracy is based on is the Americas. Bill Clinton, in the Lindell session, went and pardoned 140 persons, who included a relative of his stepbrother, and some Democrats and some people who have supported his political stuff. He got beat on by the Americans. It was inappropriate, even though he had the political powers to do so, because the Constitution do not take your powers away because you're in a Lindell session. But politics implies that it's not prudent to utilize your powers because your successor is already declared. Your governor is already out.
Raymond, are you trying to say here that President George Weah is trying to misuse his power? Is that
it's an abuse of power?
driving?
You know, powers is meant to protect the people. Anything to the contrary is an abuse of power. The power is not for the individual who sits in the presidency. The presidency is it's for the people. It's the will of the people. So if the people have elected you out, you don't make popular. I mean, you don't have the legitimacy to make popular decisions because you're unpopular with the people at the moment. So all your focus should be on the transition. George Weah should be using his influence and his powers now for the transition. That's the essence of his governance right now, to transition, to give way to a new government. That's all his focus should be. All his energy and his attention should be drawn to that. Not to stamp his presidency on the people anymore because the people have booted him out. It's clear.
Wow. Now, Raymond, do you think in the case where the Liberian Senate goes ahead and confirm Councillor Musa Dane and Minister Wolokoli, do you in any way see the possibility of the Liberian people getting back at those senators who are going to make that decision, who are going to vote in the interest of Samara Wolokoli, given what we saw in the just ended election?
You know, one of the corruption king in our country, Mervyn Edwin Snow made it clear in one of the sessions where Darius Dillon was critical on the same Samara Wolokoli. When Samara Wolokoli on an oath gave some misinformation to the Senate. He said the reason why a lot of us are not coming back is because we try to protect this government, and the Liberian people saw through it, read through the lines, and a lot of us are not coming. He tried to put the blame on Samara and the CDC, like George Weah. But you know, they say the whistle that is going to die, I mean, the deer that is going to die doesn't hear a whistle. Because when the hunter blows the whistle, the deer continue. And he sees light and he don't get afraid. But the ones that are going to live for the next day, when he sees light, he gets away. When he hears a whistle, he said, no, that's a strange sound. But George Weah and his cronies right now, they don't care. They're doing whatever they can do to, cover their backs. And those guys, a lot of them are out the devil. So they're acting like they don't care. All they want is the brown envelopes they're going to get from, crossing this deal. For them, it's a deal. All along, it's been a deal. So when Ellen Snow was saying, oh, we're trying to protect you guys, no, you guys were trying to fill your pockets like George Weah and other people. So that's why you guys made a decision. And for that reason, a lot of them are not coming back. But again, the Liberian people will remember those who got them in poverty and made all the wrong decisions. So they're going to be punished now or later.
Thank you. That's a great one. And we want to transition a bit. We're about to go to the lines and take some calls, but we want to transition a bit. Now, if you go back to the just in the election, the 2023 general election in our country, one of the messages that the Unity Party used, one of the things that got the Liberian people gravitating towards the Unity Party was this criticism of the CDC government when it comes to wasteful spending. All right. Now, a lot was being said about how the Coalition for Democratic Change government spent loosely, had no remorse when it comes to spending the national resources or spending from the national coffers. At this point, we have a situation where civil servants will be protesting, even the police. Hence, we are here. The other day, you were saying it's against the police. How do you call that stuff? Your ethics of what? You said the police would not have carry on any form of protest, but they were here protesting. Now, how much do you guys think a unity party administration, how much do you guys think a minister should make maximum? How much do you guys think? How much do you think maybe a police officer should make under the unity party government? So as to fill that gap that the unity party projected during the entire campaign period. How much do you think minister, for example, under the unity party government should be making? Let's start with Raymond.
I'm sorry, I was a little off. Can you put me on track?
Come on, Raymond. Let's start with Moba. Moba, go ahead.
Yeah.
All of this unity party government you fought for, how much you think ministers should make?
Okay, let me start. Right?
No, Raymond, we'll come back to you. Raymond.
That's it.
It's just easy, right? Look, but right, police. That's the whole security apparatus, right?
I mean, Bob, I don't waste our time. Won't go to
it's a minister. Finish, yeah.
No, but they may call police. So I want to
we're gonna come to the police thing, but let's
minister
start
first of all. Minister not even so be making a lot of money. The people that so make more money in that country, the police, the army, and the health worker. These three people need more money because when you give when the police are being paid good, the security sector are being tightened, and you will understand that a lot of time they will be on the more, especially they will get more benefit.
On this thing,
yeah, they will get benefit.
How much do you think a minister under the unity party government?
For me, minister should make not less than maybe around 5, 6, maybe something like that. But police,
when you say not less than, it shouldn't be less. It might not be smaller than 5,000. So you can make more than 5,000, 10,000.
No, I'm talking about 1,000.
But he said not less than.
Why you coming with 1,000?
So how much you think ministers should make?
Okay, that means maybe around 8 to 700 United States dollars.
No, Mama, no, listen, Mama.
No, Mama, you go serve.
We're talking about a minister.
But you go serve. You go serve, bro.
That's so the man answer. Then you say the man when I answer that.
You go serve.
No, I want to get him clearly. Dr. Ansu Soni, for example, the man, Professor Ansu Soni.
Let him go in the private sector. Let him go in the private sector.
800.
Let him go in the private sector. The government is for look,
okay, thank you. Thank you,
brother. It's not there for you to enrich yourself.
Ture, let's hear from you. Ture, how much do you think a minister under the Unity Party government, this Unity Party that criticized the previous or the outgoing administration of wasteful spending, how much do you think a minister under the UP government should make?
Well, if we should hold everything constant with the cost, the
cost of living and everything,
right? With all those incentives, let's set the salary at $2,500.
2005.
Right?
Not too much.
2005.
The minister get cheering. He get bills to pay. Let us can go to the minister office. Somebody won't give birth. Somebody won't go to school. All I want to
I think the benefit should be more.
Nelson.
The benefit.
Nelson. Look, let me tell you this. If you run your country, let's look at it like a business. Okay? You can't be paying people more than you can bring in. All right? As the country progresses, web, agency, and factory, everything booming, money coming in from left and right, then you can revisit how to
so you're saying 2,500?
Right? I'm just saying
make 2,500
with everything
maximum.
maximum across the board,
2,000. Okay.
right?
Thank you.
2,000.
Thank you.
Five
So it
hundred.
means that if we're taking your point, we're going to see another harmonization coming in right there. Another harmonization coming. Remember, the harmonization is one of the tools that was used to campaign against the unity, the CDC government.
The
Oh
harmonization,
God.
the harmonization was well intentioned, right? But poorly implemented, or maybe the desire to do the right thing did not come
Okay.
to play.
Thank you,
So
sir.
Where
Thank you,
where
Terry.
the money was
Let,
going?
us go you there. Let's go you
Where?
there today. Now
Where?
let's hear from you, Steam. We'll go all through the corner. We'll go left and right. Let's hear from you, Steam. This
So
unity party
Nelson,
government that came
uh-huh.
to rescue the rescue government, the government that is going to be very big on this whole thing about wasteful spending, making sure that you save money for the country to progress. How much do you think a unity party minister or a minister in the unity party government should make maximum?
Nelson, my thing is, I would like to know how much they're making right now. I would like to know what makes up their entire pay and benefits per month
Thank you.
before I can put a cap on it. Because, for example, I would say no minister should make over $5,000, right? But then they're getting scratch car, they're getting gas, they're paying their nanny in their horse, they're paying their chicken for in their horse, they're giving their car, they're doing everything for them. So then what is it that
Put everything together. Okay, in total,
$5,000 cap includes benefits and everything per month. Now your taxes will come out of there. Your taxes will come out of there. For example, if you're a minister, you're in Monrovia, why should we pay you $7,000 to $9,000 that you minister for Grand Juda? You go in Grand Juda every week. Why? I'm just saying that's Liberia we're talking about, right? Even some of us who working here, we don't make $5,000 a month unless we do double, right? So why should the people that are over there, more than half the time, Nelson, they don't even do the work. The people under them do the work. They're only there because of leadership.
A minister
they
with
don't wake up 5 in the morning to go to work.
A minister with his PhD, he should make 5,000. Okay, thank you very much, Sandy.
In the interest of the country at this moment in time.
But well,
yes.
Nelson, how much are they making right now?
No, but it's not fixed. It's not fixed. There are some ministers
who
are making.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Nelson. Some 6,000.
Because I know some people making
some
like
3,000.
7,
so it's 7,000, 8,000. So it's not fixed. It's not fixed. So let's move to you, Cindy. Considering the campaign messages, considering the expectation of the Liberian people, a rescue government is coming into power. How much do you think a minister in this rescue government should make maximum?
Let me start with the police. And there's a reason for that.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Rwanda recently. Rwanda has the most respected police in Africa. Don't argue that. They are corruption free. You will never be pulled over by a Rwanda police and they ask you for a penny.
I agree.
They are well dressed. They are well respected. A Rwanda police officer in the city of Kigali, starting on their job today, make around $50 US. $50 US.
Per month?
A month. It's even worse when they are working in the province outside of Kigali. They make less than that. But here is the thing, Nelson. Their children's school fees are paid. The whole family have their medical benefit. They have housing benefit. And they have special stores that is shopping in, the government store, where they have discounts in those stores. But what they take home is small. But the children don't have to worry about school fees, medical, and all of that. If we can implement that system, we don't need to pay them all that money. But we can. If don't say my man, we're talking about changes.
Sandy, the police, they coming born. Yeah. Are you looking at the population group who can be experienced with that system?
They bought a whole village,
Okay, so now, so you think that system should be put in place?
Oh, no,
but then with that,
no.
Okay, so assuming we have that system in place,
Yeah.
let's start with the minister because I wanted us to go down, but since you already started with the whole thing now, so let's start with let's go back to the minister.
I think the whole thing go across the government. Reduce the actual salary.
How
But
much do
then,
you think it should be reduced to?
I mean, a minister should not make, to me, should not make more than $1,000 a month.
That's the same thing.
But there must be some benefits.
Benefit. That's what I said.
There must be benefits that they can count on. So that money is what they take home. But give them health insurance that works. Give their children free education.
That's
You
what.
know, let them have some benefits. But then the remaining of the money, we ensure that we equally distribute that, and more people that are actually working, like our teachers, like our nurses, like our doctors.
Okay,
We
no,
put that money to
but
them as
Cindy,
well.
let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna move to George next, but let's do this, Cindy. If that recommendation is something to take, so let's assume, let's take the ministers that are making 5,000 right now, 5,000, right? And you say that each minister, all the ministers, let's say ministers, deputies, and assistant ministers, you want to recommend that system where their children, the medical bills, the school fees, maybe housing, and a lot more, all those benefits will come. Don't you think that if you put everything, so the minister, some people will start now adopting children, bringing other people into the system, and before you know it, don't you think that we're going to be going back to the same 5,000, putting all the costs and everything together?
See, there's the thing, Nelson. Biological children, your actual family. Now
Y'all
your
do
great
DNA?
grand auntie, your nieces you bring to live with you and clean your house. Your biological children, your immediate family. And they are not going to private school. Rwanda prioritized their government school over private school. Their government schools are doing more. The private schools are competing with the public schools. If we put our public schools above, fund them properly, have the right teachers, and our public schools start to do better, let all of our government officials send their children to the public schools.
Thank you.
And let them
Thank
have
you,
the free
Cindy.
education through the public schools.
Thanks a lot, Cindy. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Our brother is speaking now, from some experiences that he's had out there.
But Nelson, the whole story
thing. But
Mamba made a statement earlier. He said something that this thing can only happen in Africa. Like Africa.
Okay, but let's hear from George. Let's hear from George, and then we'll take Officer Hans Johnson.
I think the benefits should overshadow everything. That's the only thing.
George, this Unity Party government that's coming into power, they beat you. They beat you during the election. They beat you with just, in no time, they beat you and now this
why you just
government.
pressing on the beating
No, but I want to get that real answer out of George. The government said y'all are using. I'm gonna tell you one like brainwave. Y'all are using the money that for the country. You're doing different things with paying your horses and doing all kind of things. Some people are just putting money in their own account. Wasteful spending. So the incoming government succeeded, defeated you. Wasteful spending was one of the key messages. Under this government, how much do you think a minister should make maximum under this government that massively defeated the CDC at the ballot box?
Okay, so Nelson, I just want to quickly address something my sister said. Steam Bonge. Steam Bonge, for your information, I make more than $5,000 a month. I don't do shift work. I work from Monday to Friday.
She said some.
Yeah,
you're not part of that
entice. Yeah, to entice.
You don't tell everybody that the money you're making. They got that boasting.
Hey, come on, man. Let me speak.
Let's see. Mama, you gotta get.
I'm gonna need at least 30 seconds to respond to Josh when he's done.
Okay, but let's have Josh to learn his thought on this one. Josh, go ahead.
Josh will take her out.
Guys. So the thing is that to attract a professional like me, it will require something more than $5,000, right? So here's the thing. I think the Unity Party government succeeded by lying to the Liberian people to get us out of the system, to remove the CDC government, because the same harmonization that we're talking about. I think for me, if I want to move to Liberia to work for the government, then I'm forgetting about money. I want to serve. And when we believe that working government is service to country, not to enrich yourself, harmonization will be something that people will accept, will embrace. But it was not like that in Liberia. But the same people were saying, oh, when you go to serve your country, they're not for money. But the same one, when they harmonize the pay, they jump in the street, they won't fight. Because they know that it's a rhetoric. They were lying. They actually want to get money. They want to enrich themselves. So they will go and protest because of harmonization. But then when they turn around, they will say, then when they're talking to the minister, they say, service to your country, that sacrifice, they're not for money, which is a lie. And these people manage to lie to the Liberian people until the people believe it. Because guess what? If you say something over and over and over, it becomes true in Liberia, regardless of where you stand with issues. And that's what I'm trying to tell them. Now they are talking about reducing ministers' money. It's the same harmonization we are talking about, because they say it's too much for them to take home. I would say, for me, the bare minimum that a minister should be received, besides his cars and immunities and everything, it should be around $3,000. Because guess what? The difference between living in Liberia and living overseas is that the utility bills are high here. I was listening to your show this morning when one guy called and said he put $50 in a meter and it lasted for 4 months. I was like, oh my God. In 3 months, I paid more than $1,000 here for jet power and water. And this guy is complaining because he paid $50 for 4 months. And he said it took $1.75 for him to invest.
Again,
but the
Josh,
thing is that...
So you are saying, Josh, that the bare minimum should be 3,000. That's what the minister under the Unity Party government should make.
Yeah, and here's the point, right? If I'm the health minister,
a
nurse making more than me, a nurse cannot make more than the minister. You getting me? Because that minister went to school, pay a lot of money for the school.
So Josh, you still pushing the harmonization thing, right? You still pushing harmonization from your
harmonization
government.
Was the best thing.
You
was the best thing.
Harmonization to the next government. You pushing harmonization to the next government that they should. But anyway, thank you. Let's go.
No, just to conclude, Nelson, because Nelson, just to conclude, because you took most of my time. What I want to say is that, look, the only way the Unity Party government will succeed is to follow what President Weah did with the harmonization. It served us right. Let me tell you,
I'll penetrate the TV and will slap you.
The harmonization was the best thing for Liberia. Guess what? It was not the best thing for individuals who wanted more money in their pocket. No, but it was the best thing for Liberia to thrive. Guess what? Let me tell you, we that live overseas, if you go to the bank to credit money, you know what they can ask you? What are your expenditure? Where you can spend your money when you get it? Because they want to know whether you got money spare to pay for this loan. So they will ask you all that.
How in heaven? No, let me ask this question, George. How in heaven could you consider harmonization as the best thing that ever happened to Liberians? But then the teachers down there who make $250, their monies were being deducted, and they themselves started to complain about this whole harmonization thing.
Okay, Nelson, let me take it to my people here who are living overseas. Let's talk to them so that they can listen to it keenly.
Yeah, we're gonna take you. We'll take STEM, Cindy and STEM. We'll take you for just 2 seconds. People moving
when the mortgage crisis came in America, right? That mortgage price came because prices were going up until they hit the ceiling, right? And they had to crash. We all know that. Because people were just borrowing money and buying houses, and they could not pay for the houses. That's why it crashed. So if you continue to add money on people and you're not getting anywhere where you can get the money from, you will fail. Let me tell you, for instance, Nelson. Let's say in your studio, CEO is paying, maybe let's say you pay everybody $300. Yeah, okay. For Nelson, for a topical studio, right? They are paying everybody $300, and then they said there will be a rise. Maybe every year they put maybe 0.2% rise, right? But and when it hit the ceiling where the company cannot afford to continue to pay people that money, They will cut down the salary. You don't want it, you leave. That's what government is. You're not forced to work in government.
Okay.
Government is
So
for
Josh
service.
said
If you cannot,
3,000.
if the money government is willing to pay you, if it cannot sustain you, leave and go on your farm and do something for your life. You're not forced to work for government. It's
I
a
think when I
privilege. It's not a,
when I
it's
see
not a
level
right.
100,
Okay. So let me do
It
this.
is not your right.
Finally,
So people should know
you
this.
are saying
So
here,
people think it's their right to
on
work
this
in government. It's
platform.
not your right.
Yeah, you are saying here on this
that's what I
platform,
just
you are
said.
being recorded. You are being recorded, Josh. This show is being recorded. I just want a yes
Yeah.
or no on this one. You are saying here on this platform across Liberia on several radio stations that if the Unity Party government comes up to start to reduce the salaries of ministers, you, Josh, you're not going to criticize them because you support that in the spirit
Thank
of
you,
your
Nelson.
harmonization.
Thank you, Nelson. Nelson, that's when I will criticize them the most. And here's
Nelson,
why.
really? You just want to waste
They're,
our
they're,
time
they're
here.
not for
Okay, Nelson,
Nelson,
please, man.
mention me. He's
This is
gonna ask
unacceptable,
me.
Listen,
man.
guys, I know you
I'm
guys
coming
don't
back.
have the ear for logic. So when logic comes in, you whiff it away. I'm speaking
Nelson.
logic. So
Yeah,
let me
okay,
say
but go
something
ahead.
quickly, Nelson.
No,
The
like,
reason
honestly,
why I
you
would
insulting
criticize them,
them. Like,
Nelson,
don't
Nelson,
insult me. You don't want to tell somebody said they
Maybe we
don't have
got
ears
John
for
before me.
logic. I hope
Nelson, let me end with this. The reason why I would criticize them the most is because being ill-informed, they did not know what they were saying. They lied to the Liberian people that harmonization was a bad thing. And now they join us to do the harmonization, of which they took us to power. I would criticize them for that. I'm not going to
But
criticize them on the basis of the money coming down. The money coming down will be the best thing for Liberia because they can take that excess money and put it into something else.
so
But
the one
because they criticize us and lied, ill-informed, did not have the
You're making this
information,
issue
and
hard to handle. You're making it difficult to handle. But
yeah,
anyway, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, Josh.
yeah. So thank you.
Josh.
I will criticize them
Let me hold you there.
I
if
hope
they
I'm
even follow
asking
us to.
Minister Thursday.
Guess what? If they
Thank
even
you, Josh.
maintain the same salary for the people there, I will criticize them. They should carry up
Oh,
because that's what they promised the people. Because that will be
thank you.
failure on their part
Thank you,
to
Josh.
meet up
Thank
with
you.
their promises
Thank you.
before the elections.
Wow. Can we have a moment of silence?
for who? For who?
For logic.
Okay, so let's take few seconds for you, Steam. Just take few seconds, Steam. Oh, okay. So we'll move on to Cindy.
No, Nelson, relax. I had to put that out because I'm on air. The things that I'm thinking about, I can't say them. But congratulations to you, George, on your $5,000. Do you have a farm in Liberia?
No, listen.
Nelson,
These are personal things, man.
You want me to list my answers here? I'm not declaring my answer here on the spot. I don't want government position. You can't ask me to declare my answer, please.
If the money is not enough for the Liberian people, they should go to the farm. They should do something for themselves. I'm asking George, you wanted a whole population that live on less than $2 a day per person, right? Or per family to vote for you that making more than $5,000 that don't have a farm in Liberia that possibly may not even have a house, right? To say you will employ these people. But you out here, I make more than $5,000. Yeah, you make more than $5,000. You don't live in Liberia. Because if you were living in Liberia and you make more than $5,000, then I would know that, yeah, George, you deserve it. But no disrespect to you. You're not even minister material, George, to make more than $5,000 in Liberia.
No.
But
Listen, Steam. Anyway, let's go there. Let's go there.
Look, Nelson, you cannot allow to go with that. She just said something. I have to address it. I have to address it.
I will mute all of you guys. I will mute all of you guys. Cindy, let's hear from you, Cindy. Cindy, take a few seconds.
My brother George is a professional. I want to believe that the statement he just made, he made it in rush and maybe by mistake. George just said that ministers should make more money than nurses because ministers go to school. And our nurses, apparently, they didn't go to school.
No.
That is a belief, that is a mindset that a lot of people in our country have, or some people in our country have, that they put down our professionals, our nurses, our teachers who took time to learn. and are doing so well for our people. Josh, I want to believe that you do have an idea of how hard it is for people to acquire nursing degree. And that's why they deserve to be paid so well. Country like where you live in would never have that belief. I want to believe that in
Thank you,
Australia,
Thank
nurses
you.
make a lot more than some ministers.
Thank you.
That is the same here in the US.
More ministers.
Let us start to promote that. Let
Thank
us
you.
promote
Thank you,
people that
Cindy.
are at the front
Let's go you there
line.
and move to Francis.
That is when they do many shifts. When they do many shifts, like Steve was
Let's go
saying.
you there and Officer Hans Johnson, you're done, right?
I mean, they got people making $50, $40, $60 per hour.
Okay, so let's
You
take
can't- you can't give him
let's
a-
take
you can't
Francis.
give
and
him
There's more money there.
You can't give
Let's
him
take
just so
Francis.
much to
Yeah,
flow.
let's come on, guys. Let's take hands. Let's take Francis. Sorry, then we take hands. Francis, go ahead. How much do you think a minister under the Unity Party government should make? Maximum.
The first thing, like I think Mobile nailed it on the head. But if I want to be generous, I said no more than $1,000, like I think Sandy said in his thing. Because as we speak right now, right, I just went on Google, right? The average transportation secretary salary by state, the state of New Jersey, is $3,886 a month, $46,635 a year.
Oh, yeah.
The Secretary of Transportation in New Jersey, Massachusetts, $46,546, Alaska, $46,320, Oregon, $45,853. Nobody make over $47,000 a year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's take the 45,000. No, we gotta be practical about this thing, right? Let's do the math. Let's take the 45,000. You said the maximum is 45,000, right?
Monthly is 3,000. That before they take out taxes.
2,800.
No. The people in radio landing get that one. The network jet trip. You say when you break it down, how much per month?
When you break that $45,853 annual salary for that Oregon Secretary of Transportation, it comes out the monthly pay of $3,821.
Okay, so that's how much. That's how much a
transportation secretary, or was it minister of transportation?
Minister of Transport.
Yeah.
Mix, right? 3,000. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
821.
Okay.
So, and these people, right, are people that are maintaining their roads and bridges and things like that, their toll booths and stuff in their state, bringing actual revenue into their state, doing actual work. And that's what they are making. Then you telling me somebody in Liberia, Minister of Transportation, and we're talking about the country is suffering. Our people are struggling. We don't have good roads. We don't have good health care. Our police, for me in Liberia, they should do distribution of wealth. What they should do, the ministers, the representatives, the senators, they should cut their salary and distribute the excess to our teachers, our nurses, our police officers, and create a fire department. That can, just by cutting those people money, like I mentioned earlier in my 1 minute open up, there's 30 senators. If you take $1,000 out of each of their monthly check, that's $30,000. Multiply that by 12, that's $360,000. If you just take $1,000 from them, a year, $360,000 a year will go back into the budget. But then imagine if you bring them, because we're talking about they make $78,000, $8,000. If you bring a senator down to less than $3,000 a month, do you know how much money you will save? You will save millions. Because if you cut down $4,000 from them, I don't have my calculator for me because I'm not my genius. But nothing. If you get 4,000.
So let's say if you are taking 1,000 each from a lawmaker, we'll be talking about 103,000 per month because we have 103 lawmakers, right?
Okay.
Wow. That's for the both houses. The legislature. Let's just say the legislature. Right. You'll be talking 103,000. If
A
you
month.
that's per month,
They
right?
multiply by
So
12.
by 12,
That's like $1.20 million
yeah, 1.2 million, a little one, 1.2 million, and stuff like that.
a
Per
year.
year.
Yes. What can $1.2 million do for the Liberia economy? You think it can improve our police, our patrol officers? You think I can get them vehicles? You think I can
Thank
get a bulletproof vest to fight
Motorbike.
armed robbers? You think I can create a burn unit the following year? You think I can buy fire trucks for Great Baza County so the Buchanan Port cannot burn down? You think I can put cream in a hospital so when people get burned, they can rub it on their skin? You think I can do all that stuff? If you take $1,000 from all those people, just $1,000, you think that will make the police officer get $150 a month guarantee? Because the ministers and the representatives, they don't miss pay. Our lawmakers, they don't miss pay. But the people that we expect to come and die for us when our robot break into our house,
They can get paid for
we
a
say,
month.
go sit down for 6 months and beg the people in the street to feed your children. That's what we tell the people. But the minister, let me tell you one story quickly, Nelson. Well, I think I said it before. I was in Liberia in 2022, January, out on Jakarta Road. My cousin was driving. He said, "Oh, Bobby, some people in Mayor." I said, "What do you mean by that? How you know?" He said, "You not see that car?" He was pointing to a police cruiser. I said, "Okay." So you see the police cruiser? That means be Mayor. He said, "Yeah." I said, "But then the patrol officer, what do they drive?" He said, "Better move for here. If you call police, better stay for keke. If they arrested somebody, you got to
Prince, I'm gonna answer you. Let me tell you what the patrol officer get right.
You know, and this is interesting. This is interesting. Yes.
So how
yes.
you calling somebody to come protect you? The person got to wait for
Okay,
transportation.
so I just want to also zero in. So again, you said they should make 3,000 maximum.
No. How America and Trump Secretary making $3,000?
So how much you think the ministers under the
make
union
$800? I agree with Mova. $800. If you want to be generous, get $1,000 or more.
But man, make the benefit available.
If you cut the pay and you develop the country, the cost of living will decrease and people will be able to move back and forth.
So harmonization was
but
good.
they don't do it.
So harmonization was good in incense. Harmonization was good in incense. That's what you want to do, right? That's what you want to do now.
I will mute the top people to the lower people, the teachers, the doctors, the police people. That's what you should do.
Francis, okay, so we let
your wife is in the comment section and say you are yelling. You should say, calm down.
Come on.
Calm down.
You know I get passionate in her opinion.
Your wife said, calm down.
Listen,
the whole house is on fire.
Cindy, why are you doing this? Why are you
the dog you don't have that upset and she will get me.
Cindy, why are you doing this, Cindy? Cindy, you gotta stop. That's Princess. Why?
You can be too loud, too emotional.
She's supporting her husband. Yeah.
I need 2 seconds, Nelson, please. 2 seconds.
No, you got
so you can respond to me about being minister.
Let's hear from
some of us been talking. You get a just was minister.
2 seconds, please, Nelson, please.
You are the co-moderator to the co-moderator, so you are not going to make a point tonight.
Thank you.
I don't have no benefit.
Yeah, so Nelson, quickly before you go to the line, let me get it 1 second, and please.
No, let's hear from Officer Johnson. Let's hear from Officer.
Okay.
Josh, that $5,000, you making money, oh shoot. Just before I took my vacation to Puerto Rico, my family, no me overtime I did as a police officer. No. Okay. Joke aside.
Megan to all, man, officer.
No, we'll talk alternate.
12 hours, 15-hour shifts, long shifts.
Yeah, in danger too. Getting shot at.
Mandatory. It's mandatory.
Tim, I'm muting you now.
Okay, so this is
go ahead, Officer Johnson.
I try to keep my volume down so she can't go online and see I'm making all down.
Your web behind there too, eh?
My web, she still you got to quit stuff. Anyway, long story short, Nelson, I think the ministers in Liberia, I don't know how much they're making now, honestly. So I can't cap. But if you ask me, before I get to how much they're making, some of the reasons we have issues with the situation in Banga, we don't have the commerce minister on scene, have not said anything yet. That is commerce. Transportation, nothing. Agriculture, nothing. It boils down to what I was saying in my intro. Everything boils down to having a incident command system where you have all these ministries or departments work along with an incident command system to fix this situation in the country where we won't have this much disaster. We're still in a disaster. We have not been declared an emergency disaster country because these ministers feel they don't care. Where's the agriculture minister? Where's the transportation? Where's the commerce? Where's the justice? Where's the LMP? The last people supposed to be in this thing probably was supposed to be the military call in for support, not air support, but transport support, ground support, whatever support. They have not called in the military yet to assist, which does have one of the best
Yeah.
transportation and medical system.
Again, Officer Johnson, Officer Hans Johnson. Let's go back to this thing. How much do you think?
I getting there.
No,
Man.
I want for you to jump there so we can go to the lines.
Okay, you want me to say something? I think they should cap them as $1,000 with benefits, incentives. They should cap them as 1,000 because, and let me apologize to Maggie, who's a professional nurse on this show, and she was just denigrated by George by saying nurses, ministers should make more money than nurses, which is very, very is an infectious insult to a professional nurse on this platform that sit with us. So Maggie, on behalf of this man, I say sorry. But cap it to $1,000 with incentives that shall not pass $500.
What? Incentives?
Yes, incentives should not pass $500. How much medical will cost?
But listen, we are talking about a rescue government, a unified government that has built the expectation of the Liberian people to some extent. Liberians across the country now see this harmonization thing as something that was devilish, that was bad. It wasn't a good idea. It turned out to be a nightmare for a lot of civil servants in this country who barely afford even the cost of living, right? And so the message resonated very well. Now, under the unified government, there's an expectation already. And so, Officer Johnson, if the minister makes 800 United States dollars per month, you said that should be the maximum. How much do you think the teacher? Oh, 1,000 US.
Yeah,
how much do you think? How much do you think the teachers in the classroom then should make maximum?
Let me just say this: as much as harmonization was characterized as devilish, if harmonization would have been implemented rightly by this government, which was for a certain period of time, almost like you increasing the interest rate and dropping the interest rate. If the harmonization would have been done at a space of time instead of the whole freaking 6 years and they pocket the money, I think the Liberian people would have been happy with it. So nothing wrong with the harmonization in a sense that it was not used properly. It was misused for those people and the president who pocket himself. But you said teachers. You said teachers. I think teachers should make, if a minister make $1,000, teachers should be making at least $500 or something close to 500 with incentives as well.
Come on.
Why?
But then you got me stuck right there.
Okay, let's continue.
If a minister makes 1,000, what's the possibility of a minister, the B-man up there making 1,000? Then you're talking about a teacher making 500.
Public service. The teacher herself, he or she herself goes to school. They put themselves through school. So this idea of a minister with PhD, listen, minister 1,000, teachers 500. I said maybe 500 with incentives. Police officers, nothing more than 400 based on your ranks. It should be done like that.
Anybody can be a minister, Nelson. Anybody can be a minister. But not everybody can be a nurse.
You yourself tomorrow.
Not anybody can be a minister.
What did Joseph
Anybody can be a minister.
Deputy information or information minister.
Thank you very much. We're about to go to the lines now. I will pin
so Nelson, I got no input on this discussion.
I know.
Let's hear from Raymond.
You keep getting one person 12 minutes and then you leave us out.
Let's hear from Raymond quickly and then
Nelson, you must give me my seconds too, bro. You must give me my second, bro.
So guys,
why you left the seconds?
For a while we have all sang the same song like birds. But today I beg to differ with all of you. To whom greater is given, greater is expected. Africa today is experiencing brain drain. And people think people go to school, spend hard earned money, sit down, go do difficult courses, and go and just serve without nothing. Then we're not even ready for the transformation our country needs. We need the best minds. We need people who got expertise, who have learned in other places and have done in other places to come home and do it. And none of us here working for free. Serious job and not pro bono. But what we're describing, we are asking others to do pro bono, but we're not asking ourselves to do pro bono, which is unfair. If we want to recommend that, then we should be the first buying our plane ticket, going in Liberia and asking the government to implore us for that fees. And I guess we'll not do it because we want our children to go to the good schools. We want our children to have good health care. And a lot of us here, the cars we drive, that money can't sustain the car. The homes we live in, the gadgets we own can't do it. And today, the world is a global village. You can't put people in Liberia in one segment and put people outside Liberia in another segment. I served in the government of Liberia and I went to many international conferences. I wasn't on par with people from other countries, Africans. I could not afford what they could afford. Psychologically, it takes away from you. But I support an austerity form of government in our country because an austerity form of government will take money from the house and give it to the house now.
Okay.
As much.
That's a good point. That's a very great point that you're coming in with there. And I think that sets the pace for where we are headed next. Raymond, how much do you think a minister under the Unity Party government, a government that campaigned against harmonization, pointed out all of the faults with the harmonization that has raising the expectation of the Liberian people, how much do you think a minister under this government should make maximum?
So first thing, the harmonization was an uninformed decision. And those who carried it out didn't understand what they were doing. They just threw numbers around and did something that should be condemned in the harsher words and terms. Harmonization was just a complete mess.
Okay.
But before harmonization, before harmonization, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had consulted a firm in Ghana, an HR firm, to come and study government based on merits. Who has what your job description entails to be able to cap seatings in the flow. So based on the job range, it should be arranged. It shouldn't exceed this. It shouldn't drop below this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
just to go to the point. So we'll go to the line.
Heads of ministers of government autonomous agency. Let me just share with you guys. When I served in the office of Maputo Vlaimpan, we used to leave office around 8 in the night, reading through papers and signing documents. And the minister have to attend a lot of meetings. The job of the minister is no petty feat. Nobody can be a minister. It has to be people who are prepared and people who are dedicated.
Okay. So having said
a lot of us don't understand why it entails to be a minister.
Having
you know
said
how many papers you got to read through and sign and make decisions? You don't just sit in your office. You don't have people reading. If you don't comprehend, you can't sign it. And when you sign it, you attach the authority of the minister to that document and you make a key decision on behalf of the country. You go international.
And remember, having said
Raymond, I salute you. Raymond, I salute you.
And now everybody can be a minister. Can you go to conferences when you have to sit with ministers and decide infrastructure decision when you're not educated enough for that? Look, guys, let us not elevate one profession over the other. Everybody who go to school, learn and work hard, deserve
and Raymond, that's the
salaries.
point. That's the point.
So
and
nurses
again,
should not be the only one elevated.
And again, let me ask you
nurses
this question
as
again,
important as engineers.
But
Engineers
Raymond,
are as important as sweepers.
Raymond,
police officers.
You are intentionally trying to drag us around the place. I can understand that you've been sitting quietly. You've been very, key on discussion here, listening to all the points. But again,
So
You're
let me make.
intentionally not answering the question.
So let me
You're
answer the
taking us
question, now,
around
guys.
and
I
wanting
just
to
wanted
take
to
up.
pull
No,
hole
no, no.
in
But
all of the
Raymond,
other
no, no,
arguments.
Raymond, you're
Let me
not.
answer the
You'll be
argument.
the
Let me
only
answer.
person who will not answer the
So
question
so
tonight.
now
We'll skip
Nelson,
you and move to
Nelson, no,
Emmy.
I'll answer the question. It's
Let
going to
him
be a
answer it. I beg
Let
you.
me answer
Nelson,
something
Let
and
him
move
tell
on.
us.
Because
Please.
I got
Let
rebuttal
him
for
tell us.
him.
I suggest,
Mhm.
because an austerity form of government, minister's
Yeah.
salary and benefits should be $5,000. Deputy
5,000.
minister's salary and benefits should be 4,000. Assistant minister's salaries
Wow.
and benefits should be
Wow.
3,000. And there's
So the people.
nobody employed by government should make more than less than $150. No
Thank
matter
you.
what you do, whether you're a sweeper, the least
Nelson, I must
government
come
should
in,
ever
Nelson.
But
pay
Nelson,
anybody
30
should do.
I think you
seconds,
gotta
please.
give us some
And
chance.
let me
Man.
just share with you,
Second,
Nelson,
please.
before I go.
Y'all calm
Nelson,
Hey,
down.
mo be on time. Hey, mo be on time.
Y'all
and
calm
that's
down.
it. Why
calm
I
down.
want to say that should
Fuck
go
your
to for
opinion.
legislators, even senators, and even judges.
Thank
That
you,
should
sir.
be the
No,
highest
no, no.
pay
I mean,
in
let's hear.
government. 5,000 United States dollar for anyone who
Okay,
works in
I
government.
see.
And
Francis,
Nelson, let me get one
Francis and Ture,
information, right?
no, Raymond,
No,
Raymond, you
that's
Raymond,
a
you gotta
critical.
let
Let
us
me get
go
one
too bad.
information. We are using the US here as a standard. Legislators in the US make 174,000 annually. That's the base pay.
That's everything.
That's a base pay.
Right.
174. So they make about 15 or 14,500 annually. And when they sit on committees, their salary is more than that.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a
you.
lot.
And that's federal. So what my brother gave here was local. It's
Okay,
telling
okay.
somebody
So
in
Raymond, let's hold
Mombasa
you there, Raymond.
working for the
I'm
local
sorry.
government.
We will have to hold you there now,
Let me
Raymond.
not take a
Why
few
the
seconds
minute
to
can do to get
rebuttal
lie?
real quick.
Prince was lying.
Yeah.
No. You see, Judge, you don't listen.
Yeah,
You say friends who are lying.
Guys,
I
let's do this.
use
Right?
the
Guys,
state.
Francis, I haven't recognized Francis yet.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so Francis, take 20 seconds, please. Ture and
Yeah, I'll go
everyone else,
quickly.
let's
Because
mute and just take 20 seconds. Exact 20 seconds. I'm setting the timer now because we have to get done with this.
Yeah, I'll go quickly. My people, I use the state level budget or salary because Liberia budget does not compare the United States budget. That's why I use the state level. That's why I did. But Raymond, I disagree with you because look at our economy. There's no reason. If we talk about development and increasing our budget and paying other people, there's no reason people, government officials, it doesn't matter what positions you hold, should be making more than, at this day and age, should be making more than even 2,000 United States dollars a month. Because the cost of living, I went to Liberia, I took $5,000 I was there for 3 weeks. I was there doing stuff, getting money to people, having fun. I still bring money back. Based on my spending.
Oh, so
Imagine you
they
taking
think
care
you
of your
have
children
5,000
in
in
the
3
house.
You
weeks.
Why
stingy, that why you stingy.
$7,000?
I can more than that. I can bring $1 back. You
No,
stingy.
what I'm trying to put out here is this. If you taking care of
The
your
man said
family,
he
your
was giving
household,
money to
over
people.
here,
He's
we
not
pay
stingy.
water bill,
We are
we
Gola
pay
man.
light bill,
We are
we
Now,
pay
I think that
gas
on fire
bill,
you were
we
giving the
pay
people.
sewer
The
bill.
best stingy.
George,
Oh,
please
so
give me a
now,
check.
see, I'm the
We
one
pay
we
all
give
these
me,
bills.
right?
What are
I'm
those
muting
ministers
all of you
paying in
guys.
Liberia? Are they paying water bill, sewer bill, light bill, road tax? Are they paying all
I
of
Yes,
these
hope you
things?
give me time to talk
They
to
not.
because
paying all of
you
these
So
give me
bills.
for
they should
two
not be making
rounds.
more
So
than
you haven't
$2,000
talked
a
to me
month.
yet.
Thank you.
And then
Let's
got
hold
people
you
not
there.
getting paid.
Let's hold you there.
Amy, you're a moderator. Just leave it with us. Let's talk.
Let's hold you there.
No. That's not right because all of y'all got two rounds of my right to talk. Nothing, don't be rushing me.
Emmy and Moba, if you give me hard time, I will lead the show where you are go. Because
I'll resign.
Well, we
I
are
got no
party
benefit
tonight.
anyway.
We are party.
Nelson, please don't go. When you go, the minute will kill me. I beg you, don't go. Yeah, please.
When you go,
Do
George,
not let
let's
me to
talk.
open my mouth. I'll go.
so to read 20 seconds quickly.
Look, Nelson, first thing first, I just saying you something, but you apparently you don't want to take a look at it. But look, in September, right? September of 2019, Dillon said this, right? Dillon told press, Dillon said this in 2019 at Capitol Building that each senator makes gross salary of $15,325 plus LD $29,700 as basic salary, with $3,175 for transportation reimbursement. Additionally, he said each senator makes $2,150 cash for gasoline, including that each of them walks away with about $12,000 after tax deduction, while Liberian senator earned $183,900 $900 in gross salary.
More than the US.
More than the US, you're like 175.
Compare that with the US. Look, let me tell you this. As I said this, right? We all go into business. The more your business profiteer, the more incentives is given to you. But here's the thing here. With this government, desperate time calls for desperate measure. We don't have nothing, right? We don't have nothing. Like JFK once put it, when your country is in crisis, what do? You make sacrifices. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Three. Thank you. Your time is out.
You know, no, that's what I'm saying, right?
Nelson, myself, my 20 seconds too, please.
Josh, you ain't get 20 seconds yet. Just relax, Josh. We're gonna come back.
Hey, my man. Nelson, you are depending on the show.
Josh, you better.
You are depending on.
Man.
We're gonna come back. But let's
if you leave all the people that will kick me out.
Let me add my own 2 cents on this, right?
Yeah.
I think I just agree with my brother Raymond today when you said that comparing people here to Liberia. I think when you doing a pay something, you should think about the cost of living as well. Why should ministers or senators and be getting paid for the houses they live in already that they own? To be getting paid for gas and stuff when they're giving them car, being reimbursed for car when transportation when they're giving them cars and all of that. That's waste of money. Like people paying $3,000, $2,500 for mortgages here. Do they do that in Liberia? No, you don't. So you cannot compare the two to say, oh, it's something. Yes, they earn that status. They should be paid well, but to put them together that it should be the same as here. If it being the same as here, that other people already gave you the rate already, then they're being paid more over there. That's what people are saying. People should be paid well. People should be paid based on the cost of living as well. The harmonization, George is yelling and talking about people something. Harmonization wasn't done to ministers then to make ministers to be crying. It was done to the common people, civil servants, schools, teachers. Those are the people that were harmonized and that felt it. It wasn't people that were making 5,000, 7,000, 8,000. I mean, 15,000.
I want us to go back on this. Let's go back on this. How much do you think a minister should make under the unity party government? Maximum.
I think if the unity party, so we're talking about change, the unity party's government should put a system in place. Like my brother Sandy have already said, based on all these allowances they're giving them, they should cut the pay to that amount. You can't be paying them the amount you're paying them now and still be giving them that amount that you're giving them.
And again, I will come back. How much?
And again, I will say again, based on those, if you're giving them health insurance and all of that, and not paying for their houses for goodness sake, not doing all of that, 2005. That would be mine. 2005 to 3,000. That should be the maximum that you get paid.
Thank you.
I don't think they should get paid more than that. And the teachers should be paid well enough. The police, in order for us to stop all the corruption and all of that, those people got to get paid well. You can't have a policeman having 10 children at home. You pay him $50 and he under the sun 24/7 under the rain. And he got somebody going to work 2 days. Not even staying there for 8 hours straight. They're getting paid $15,000. And you expect
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
And ask them for $10. That is impossible. So for you to stop all that, not just the minute you got to pay these people well.
So the callers don't beat on me.
No, they will be on you. They will be on you.
No, let me clarify. Give the other people 20
they
seconds.
Will beat you. They will beat you.
Right?
You will clarify me.
You're so tired. No evidence. You're so tired.
I'm not the reason I don't want this post here anymore because I'm not getting any benefit for it.
You are speak tired.
I didn't say it.
Zero triple
five.
Master, start me.
5 1
0 1 top finish, no evidence.
0 triple 5 1 0 75. And
the
WhatsApp line is on the screen. You can call in now. Let's take our first call here. Hello, you live. Your name and where you call from?
Good morning, Nelson.
Yeah, morning. Let's hear you quickly. Yeah.
My name is Josiah Esmo, calling you from the Quantum Peace Island Belt.
Okay.
Nelson, let me say this. You know, like Ami and others have said, when it comes to ministers. Ministers got a lot of incentive, they got a lot of benefit, they got cars, they got their own houses, a lot of all the kind of things, a lot of incentives when it comes to what they earn. Then they take you 5,000 according to Nathaniel Mange at the time on the VOA. Then he begin person was saying, how no minister make more than $3,000. Then they just ask him, but you in Liberia, you say you struggle with economic problem. But minister earn $5,000. How can you reconcile that with country that claim that the economy is broken down?
Yeah.
So like I said, for me, no ministers under the GMB government should more than $3,000.
Okay, thank you.
$3,000 should be that take home pay.
Thank you. Let's
because
you
they got
there.
a lot of benefits and other
Let's
things.
you there and take this person. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, Nazir, how you doing?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You're live on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Bud. I'm calling from the state of Iowa.
Yeah, let's hear you. 30 seconds.
You know, if at all we want to rebirth corruption in Liberia, then we Liberia can agree with your panelists. But if we can use Darius Delon doctrine, if at all we can use Darius Delon doctrine, all ministers should make $5,000 with $2,500 benefit.
Wait.
So that's 7,500 every month.
7,500 in total you're talking about?
Yes, 7,500. You know the reason why I said
why, sir?
$5,000 with $2,500 benefit. These people take decisions for our country. They take decisions for our country. They sit and analyze. They are technocrats that are going there to do work for Liberia.
Okay.
But if
let's hold you
we
there.
say,
yeah. I want to hold you there and take but just laying your thought. So
that will not rebirth corruptions in Liberia. That is with that 5,000 and 2,500. Let me come
with
to
the economy.
Can I come to police because you said two things today.
We're out of time. Can we squeeze in another person? We have a lot of people on the line. I want to take as many calls.
Okay,
thank you,
Nelson, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's take this person. Hello, you're live. Quickly.
Good morning, brother.
Go ahead, sir. You're live. Let's hear you.
In order to call, I got two things to say. One, the government that just started a land. I agree with you. Money is second calling from Omatari Estate.
That's in mute.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
As I said, money is second calling from Omatari Estate from Lofa County.
From Lofa County? Go ahead.
I agree with this gentleman who just left the land in order to curtail corruption in the country. If he gives such a money to any minister, he or she will not corrupt.
So so how much you think those ministers should make now? Let's go straight to that point.
At least $5,000 would be okay.
5,000, 2,500 benefits. Thank you. Thank you.
With this kind of economy.
Hello, you're live. Your name and where you come from? Hello.
Hello, Nelson.
Yeah, from the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're live now from the WhatsApp line.
Thank you for accepting my call. Thanks to all of you. Can you hear me?
You're loud and clear.
Look, I just want to say a little thing to people like Molba. Molba, why should you come on this show saying people should work for? Ministers should make $700. For God in heaven's sake, if you was a minister in Liberia, will you work for $700? No. We all live in Liberia. We work in Liberia. I never work in government. Never in my life work in government. I work with organizations, international organizations, and so forth. I didn't even make $700. I make more than $700, more than $1,000. Right? Now, if we talk, I agree with Ami and other people that we talk about 2,500, 3,000. Now, we're only talking about ministers. Look at what representatives are making, senators are making. Should they be making the amount of money they're making? No.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No.
Thank you, sir.
You want to cut me off. Nelson, please give me a few more seconds, right?
That's
Look,
me like I beg you.
I agree with Rema. Look, ministers are people that are decision makers, right? They are making a lot of decisions for this country, and this is where the corruption starts. If you say this party should be or not paid What's going to happen next? They're going to be giving bookers contract.
But let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Does the amount a minister make in any way minimize the rate of corruption in the country?
Thank you. Let me answer that question. Let the pay to not be corrupt.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Look.
But why then do you want the ministers to make more money? If how much they make
more money? Actually, I agree with people like I agree with Ami. I agree with Rema. Joe Rema went a little bit high, but let me talk about $3,000, right?
Okay.
Let me talk about $3,000.
Thank you, sir.
Someone saying $7,500. For what reason?
Thank you. That's what you there. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's go there and take another person from the local line here. Hello. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning, guys.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Well, I'm a Johnny from Profit.
Amara, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Thank you for your talking point. You know, we all supported the rescue mission, and we love the rescue mission so much. But I want to agree with Raymond and disagree with many of the panelists. Many people do more.
Hold on, from the WhatsApp line. Hold on. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Amara, just conclude. Go ahead quickly.
You know, the minister do more work than even the lawmakers.
Okay. So how much do you think ministers should make under the unity party government?
I'm coming, Nelson.
Yeah, I want you to go straight there.
Ministers should make 5,000 in all the benefit. But you know, as I'm coming, you know, the lawmakers' salary should be reduced rather than the ministers.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
More work.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go there and take this person. Hello. Hello. Go ahead. You're live. But David, I don't know why you. Okay, go ahead, David.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to the conversation that is going on.
Go ahead, sir. That's why you're live.
Yeah, Liberia is going through so much problem right now. I know a lot of people were asked that they give the people, ministers and things, so many amount of money, but you know, it's a struggle right now. But 3,000 certainly would be a good thing for them to start with that. If you really love your country, let's start with that and see how things go. Then to give them too much money, and even though there will still be corruption, I don't care what you do, there will still be corruption. There will still be on the side stuff. So that would be the best thing to do personally.
Thank you. Let's go then take Rudolph. Rudolph, welcome. You're live on the show. Oh, we lost that. Hello, go ahead.
Hello, Nelson.
Yeah, Rudolph, let's hear you. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing my number. I agree with Raymond, honestly. You know, one of the major reasons why we campaign for this government to come to power is because we believe that we will fight corruption, right?
Yeah.
And in fighting corruption, you have to pay your employees decent wages.
How much do you think should be the maximum?
Yeah, for a minister proper, I would say $5,000.
5,000 United States dollars. Then Rudolph.
What are they buying like bro?
What was the essence
for
of
breakfast?
Benefits?
No, I'm coming. What was the essence of campaigning against the CDC with respect to the whole harmonization thing?
Okay, here is it, right? So as for the harmonization, I mean, in actuality, harmonization is not a bad thing, but the mentality with which you carry it on. These people carry on this thing in a way that they were just trying to bring more people onto the payroll. It was not done properly, right?
Okay.
So it did.
So
not
you'll be doing your own properly.
Higher ups.
You'll be doing your
It
own
did not
properly this
affect the
time.
higher ups. Yes, that's what I would say.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's take this. We'll take the last 3 calls and then we'll go back to the lines to close. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead quickly.
I'm Ellis and Kuo. I want to make my point.
Yeah, go ahead. That's why you're live on the line, sir.
Yeah. Maximum for minister in Liberia should be 3,000. Benefit 1,500. Then that means they will be carrying 4,500. Because because what we seeing here, the nurses and the police in the street, the most of the police, they are suffering in Liberia and they are not paid. The nurses in the hospital, most of the things that they going that Facebook. I think it will be better. Facebook will be paying them more than they're taking most money from Liberian government. Seriously, I was in JFK. The first time I even got angry and take my wife away from JFK. How can nurse or doctor be saying to patient that if you keep crying here, you will die in the process? How can doctor be saying that? You're not encouraging the patient, but giving them most feedback.
So you say the nurses, majority of them on Facebook, so that
they on Facebook on the phone, they're
so
not
that
here for the
Facebook
patient.
should pay them, and you think they should make 150? Is that what you're saying?
150, I think it will be enough. Apart from the medical, apart from the
Thank you,
data,
thank
for
you.
the nurses,
Let's hold you there, my man. Let's hold you there.
yes.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
So we got to make an experience. So
That's how you do, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Happy New Year. Look, this is kind of like a sensitive topic because first of all, the question we should ask ourselves is what driving the salary? I think I agree with Amir, right?
Yeah.
Amir
Just state your name
very...
and where you're calling from, and then you can go ahead and make your point.
Well, my name is Harry. Okay, I call from Virginia. So the question is, what is driving the salary? We all throwing money all across the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you justify living in Liberia making $15,000 a month? Why? That's what I was saying. The folks now, they're not paying rent. You go to Liberia,
people pay rent in Liberia. People pay rent in Liberia.
Let's be fair. When I talk about rent, when you live in follow the third world, particularly Africa, most of what you own for yourself. You build your house. When you own a car, you buy that car with cash. How many people pay car notes in Liberia, right? You own the car, it's actually cash you pay for that car now. You have no responsibility. The only thing you do in Liberia is basically what we do there. You take salary, you buy food. I think the biggest thing is food.
Thank you.
And maybe your children, but how much it cost you?
Okay.
So I think we need to reimagine and rearrange how we disperse salaries in Liberia, and that's a problem.
Papa, what do you think should be the ceiling?
That.
What do you think should be the ceiling?
If you ask me how to pay minister in Liberia, I would tell you say probably 1,005. Why? Because they already got some inherent benefits, right?
Thank you.
So then you give them 1,005.
The
but
benefit
you give
covered.
it's a waste of resources.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We don't have money.
Thank you.
We need to be sensible in government.
Thank you.
What's the money? That's why we got so much governments in Liberia and going all over the place and just throwing money all over the place.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is interesting. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are trying to call. Maybe we will do this.
I think we'll continue the topic for
maybe
tomorrow.
We'll have another round at some other time when we'll have ample time for people, for even the panelists here, to be able to adequately exhaust everything.
Absolutely, Nancy. I agree. I think we should give this segment another time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But let's do our
so Nelson. Nelson, quickly. Just 1 minute, please.
Let
do the reverse. Can it start from me and go around?
No, it was not we wanted to start from you. You were on the phone. And we heard, in fact, I heard a female talking. And I would not say what I heard. The problem or something, but yeah.
But that was my beloved little sister who called me.
There you have it. I think you guys.
You're not brave, they do it.
No, but that was my little sister that I was on the phone with.
Nelson,
she's listening right now.
Raymond, you just thought it is small. You spelled it.
The man put it outside.
No,
he's teasing Nelson.
My little sister is listening right now. She called.
Nelson, I've just solidified what people say when you still around the river, you might not turn fish, but you smell like it.
No, I'm going for that parable thing there.
Listen again, so crew.
Nelson, now that I supported your assertion, can I go first?
But me go first. I gotta go back.
I mean, Nelson, let's start from the bottom.
We take mobile. We take Josh. I mean, we'll close up the whole thing. So
thank you.
Man, that's fair.
I agree. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you.
I can be the last one.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Nelson.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Don't
people are
get
beating
George
on
the
me
last. No, we
for
can't agree yet because you
for
talk
the
time about
seven
our
hundred
holiday.
dollars, right? But where I was coming
So you
from,
still stand
like
by a 700 you talk about mobile?
I
You
would
still
stand
stand
by
by
it,
it?
7 to 800. I would stand by it. Reason
After
being,
all the callers did to you, you still
yes,
stand by it?
yes,
Well, that's
yes,
too
I will.
low.
I will. Because one of the callers said the recent business, he said they should carry the salary up for corruption. And look at the Senate and the representative, how much they making, but it's still corrupt in our Senate. So that lead that more corruption aside. Let's put it aside. Now let's go to the main issue. The thing here is they should give everybody a benefit, right? If you are a minister, you come get a proper benefit. Like my brother said earlier, you must get your children must get a free and good education. You must get a medical insurance. Everything should be on the government. You should get a good house. Everything or everything should come as a benefit, so that anyone they pay you $10. I didn't make an example. Like $10, you get able to manage that money and you going to the hospital, go pay hospital bill. You going to go do the one that sending in Rwanda. You get an example. Rwanda police officer making $50 US. But the living condition of the people, you can see it. Now look at our economy. Look at the money. How much money coming in the country? How much before you want to get out? Look, our people got to sit down and make all those.
Thank you.
They
That's
should
what you there,
analyze
mother.
these things, and end of the day, let it come out and tell us the country bringing $4 million per month or 200. Let's say 200 million per month. Then we can pay like this. We can pay like that. Then we understand. But your country not even bringing up much revenue, right? Your country not bringing much revenue. Then you say they gonna pay
Thank
people.
you. My bad. That's what you there. Thank you very much, sir. Let's take Josh.
George.
Josh, go ahead.
That's correct. Thank you, Nelson. And look, guys, I was going to say something quickly before I come to my closing, but I did
You
not get the
already doing
time,
your
so I'll just
closing.
say it now. So I'll just say it now. The thing is that what people don't understand is that salary is trickled by responsibility. For instance, you cannot go and fire a nurse because the health system is failing. You will fire the minister of health. So the level of responsibility that people get to guide systems can determine how much they get from that system. You cannot punish a nurse if people are not receiving the right care. It's the minister's responsibility. So responsibility negates how they call it, incentive when it comes to pay. So I think you can know that. And what I was saying, I'm not saying that nurses don't go to school. Nurses, where I live, nurses go to school for 4 years to do a bachelor degree. For 4 years before they become a nurse, before they graduate. And that is a healthy amount of education, the training that you get to become a nurse. And I respect that. However, where I live, a nurse cannot be a minister of health. You have to go and study again to do specialization or administration or do something higher what you specialize in at a master level or whatever level before you can get to that area. And when you get to that area, your level of responsibility increases. You're not just looking after patients, you are looking after the entire nation health-wise. So your responsibility would negate how much you get from the system.
George, the
Thank you,
So
word
I
Josh.
hope that people
systems.
learn from
You're
it.
managing systems.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Josh.
that's what I say. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's then move on to Officer Hans Johnson. Go ahead. You want to do your closing? 1 minute.
Oh, wow, you skipped. Okay, sure. Well, I appreciate that. Every county's. I'm just gonna do it in general. I appreciate every county's. This new government should look into building police barracks to be able to equip the Liberian National Police, those officers that will be in those counties, so they don't have to come down Monrovia. What you call renovate the police barracks in Monrovia, Liberia. That's some of the incentives the police had prior to the
Okay.
war. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's some
just
yeah, like what the military has now, right? So there are officers' quarters and there are enlisted men quarters in the barracks, EBK, shuffling, and other parts of the country. Also,
okay.
I'm still saying that I'm hoping that the proper security sector should be well looked at and
Thank you,
catered
sir.
to so we can avoid and teach us as well, nurses. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's take Steam. Go ahead. You're closing. 1 minute. You are muted. Can you unmute?
George, I don't care how you go or you kind of I agree. 5,000 is good, right? However, Nelson, what we're not getting is all the US dollar the people getting in our country, Nelson. You know how they call it? Allowance. It's different from their salary. Do you guys know that? They getting Liberty and they getting the US. So my 5,000 from the beginning should include everything. Break it down however you want to break it down. Benefits included for your children, your whoever, your school fee. I don't care. But break it down and let everything sum up to that amount. Nobody should make more than that, right?
Thank you.
Special care should be given to fire service, the police, the nurses, the teachers. And I think it's a long run. Nothing just goes strictly to counties level, but we can start on a regional level. We can start
Thank you.
regionally. We got region 1, region 2, region 3. If we start to empower these regions, later on down the line, we can empower the counties. But for now, imagine Nelson, the police. The last time they got uniform, 2017.
Thank you.
How
Thank you,
many years
Tim.
has it
That's
been?
what you there. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tim. Cindy, let's take you, sir.
We are not saying professionals should not be paid accordingly. We are also saying to you that for a country that begs for money to carry on development, should not pay her ministers more than what ministers in this country, like the United States, are getting paid. We are saying to you that when I live in the state of New Mexico, an oil-based state that make billions of dollars, yet her representatives are on voluntary work. But your representatives in a country that does not make any, pretty much any for herself, are making tons of dollars a month. We are saying if you love your country, we all must make the sacrifice. I'm a professional, Remo. I went to school for many years. That's why I earned 2 masters and I'm fighting for a PhD. But if I should sacrifice to accept a job in Liberia, I must not, I repeat, expect to make as much as I'm making now in Liberia. It should be your sacrifice. I'm coming, you will have your time. You will have your time.
How much would you expect to make? No, let me ask a main question to you. How much would you expect to make?
The man doing his closing. Why she asking questions?
Yeah, I'll answer that.
None of your business,
if you give me, for
co-moderator, you can answer Cindy if you want to.
If you give me, for example, an assistant minister position of health, give me $3,000. But here's what I'm going to do. Remember, listen. Here's what I'm going to do. I have a lifestyle that I'm going to continue to support, and this is how I'm going to support it. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
Thank you.
As a healthcare consultant, I must ensure that I do not let that go. And I say that to everybody. And that's why people coming into government must have other professional backing to support their lifestyle.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, sir. Francis, let's hear you.
Yeah, just to budget what Sandy was saying. That's why you see, that's why the people see like they say elephant meat. Come to government, call your own and move. Government is not a place for you to get rich. Government should be very unattractive to people. You come into government, you come to do the people's work. You come in because you know there's something you can bring to the government. Nobody says you can get paid for service. But don't come to government expecting to pay off your house, to pay off your car, and all the other unnecessary things that we talk about. You want to look at the U.S. We still complain, say people about people's salary in the U.S. But then you go to Liberia, what you say the country is suffering, no roads, no health care, no nothing. But then you say the ministers should get paid $5,000. That is ridiculous. The people should be paid at least $2,500, including all of the benefits. Because then invest the extra waste into public schools and bring it up to standard so it can compete with the private schools. That will reduce the cost of education in Liberia. Then those $7,000 schools will come down to $3,000. The $500 schools or $1,000 schools will come down to $500. But if you don't make the public schools competitive, then all of them running the $7,000 school and they say, support my habit. I will put my children in $7,000 school, so pay me $15,000 because my girlfriend gotta be having an apartment I support and all this stuff. It's not fair to the policemen. The fat police director that not even responding to a crisis, he get caught. But the man said, come risk your life for me.
Francis,
can I wait for Keke?
Your wife is washing.
The man go say, now go sleep, man.
Nothing. I came back from Liberia 2 weeks ago. Francis just came back. Francis, where did you get a $1 breakfast?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Where did you get a $1 breakfast in
Oh no, I
Nigeria?
was scared to eat out. My auntie called all my food for me.
So they only $1 breakfast. So what kind of 5,000 you carry brought it back?
No, but no, I went out. Let me tell you something. I went to Calabash. I went to 231. I went to all the local
Your wife is
places.
watching.
I
Your
went to
wife is
Tropicana.
2 weeks ago.
Your wife is watching the show right
Not 2
now.
weeks ago. I said 2022.
You
This
say
was,
your wife will go
I went
see.
there.
But I thought you wasn't married.
I'm not making it rain. Like in the club, I'm not making it rain.
You will
But
sleep on the couch.
He in the doghouse officially.
Thank you.
President
Ture,
Megan
let's get
go
let's
off.
get
$1 bill,
Ture.
huh?
Friends,
Francis, the
Megan to
$1 bill, huh?
Friends, I can understand that thing. Megan to all, but
Megan
anyway,
go off.
your face the
You
issue
get to
when
all. They make it to
you were
all.
there with me.
My man.
Yeah, where I used to there with me.
Hey, no, Jenna, you said, "Mama, go sleep." That thing are inside. Me, I'm not
The
dead.
policeman talking. Let's listen to the policeman. Oh, before we
Don't
get
try to arrest
behind.
me. No domestic
Ture,
violence.
let's
Don't
hear you.
try to arrest me.
So Nelson, look, we have to be serious. To be quite honest, look, we're not saying professionals should not get paid, right? We all are professional people, and we're all getting paid, right? But at the end of the day, this is where I'm gonna actually diagnose at least the GMB government. Because anybody right now, they have the leverage. Whosoever coming to that, look, I go to my job, go to the process to it, blah blah blah. Go to my resume, blah, blah, blah. How much can we pay you? Right? This is what we got for you. Do you want this package? Take it. If you don't want it, keep it moving. That's what it is. So let's set it up. At the end of the day, the corruption, everything starts from that house that my sister's team were talking about. Because at the end of the day, nothing. You give somebody 2,500 in gas. How much I spend on gas a month in America?
Representative for district one, we're not going
They
to
will want because
getting all that money in
some
gas.
of the gas slip, right? Some of the gas slip, they sell them out. That's where the corruption start from. They sell
Thank
it.
you. Thank
You
you.
know exactly what it is.
Thank
right?
you, Ture.
I
Thank
mean,
you, Ture.
we gotta be serious. Liberia need help, and we all need to make the ultimate sacrifice. That's what we are
Thank
saying.
you.
When things get better, the incentive will grow. But right now, things are bad. So let's try to prioritize what we can do.
Thank
Don't
you, Raymond.
eat more than you can bring in, Nelson. We're eating more than we can bring in. Then we wonder why we're struggling for salary assistance worldwide all the time. LeBron is salary assistance.
Is this a guy you took the photo with the other day?
Anthony is the next incoming senator of Grand Jire. Y'all lead that man. That man a big man.
Why is that? Please go ahead. Raymond, just close. Yeah, do your
We miss you. Hope you can have you on the show soon. So, guys, we all agree that we want an austerity form of government in our country. Yeah. And we agree that our austerity form of government would take money from the Has and give it to the Has now. But what we disagree about is the adequate incentive for work. And when people work hard and make sacrifices, guys, when I work in government, I used to go to bed around 10. I would still have to be responding to emails and writing concept notes and writing reports. Sometimes I went to bed 12 at night and I had to be up by 6 in the morning. By 8 o'clock, I'm having meetings. When other people working in the private sector have less time to put in their work, I have more time to put because I have more volume of work than people in the private sector. And before I came to government, I worked in the private sector. I was in charge of the railroad construction in Bone County. Before I came, I worked for the United Nations like George. I worked less.
You still maintain your 5,000.
I work less when I work in the private.
I'm saying you still maintain.
Yeah, I still maintain the 5,000, guys.
Okay.
Corruption is in government. If we can eliminate corruption from government, there will be enough money to have infrastructure development.
Thank you, sir.
And better living conditions. Some people ask, people don't pay bills in Liberia. When I was in Liberia, I didn't have my own house. I live in a place in Cinco that I pay $250 a month. I build homes for a lot of people. You need you need at least 50,000 for a moderate home in Liberia to 100,000 for a decent home. Anywhere in between. Where do you get the money to build a home for 50 to 60 to 100,000 if you're making 1,500?
Thanks a lot, Raymond.
Where do you get to buy
let's
a
leave
car
there because
that
we
we
are
pay
out of
cash
time,
for in
Raymond.
Liberia? When
And
you
thank
make it
you.
1,500, how do
You
you
guys
buy your
promised to
when the
increase
economy
civil
thrive,
servant
you can
pay.
get
Y'all
loan.
increasing, no harmonization. Y'all
When the
y'all promised
economy
to
thrive, you
increase
can.
civil servant pay.
No,
How do you buy your car?
I mean,
When you
just
say
go
people
ahead.
don't do car notes, but you got to take $20,000
Yeah,
to
but guys, we
$10,000 to
we
buy the
have to
car.
go.
When you make
We
it
have to
one,
go. We have to go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Time is up. Amy, just do your closing 30 seconds. We seriously
What?
out. 30 seconds, Amy.
Okay, nothing. This is getting ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know if I'll have 30 seconds to finish. But Liberian people, this is why I always said about just voting for anybody for senator or representatives. Because all the things we're saying, I don't know, with the representatives, it have to be passed into law that pay and something, and no one in there is gonna put this on the floor to lower that pay or anything like that. But we out of time anyways. I hope we can have the discussions some more because people enjoy this a lot about the pay rate and something. And yeah, people should get paid, but we also need to know what country we are in and
Thank
what
you.
we need to do. We're begging. We can be getting paid more than the people that we're begging from. So it's just common logic.
Yeah.
Just use that.
Wow, this is the shortest closing that Amy has ever done. Amy, I must give it up
Because
to
I'm
you
here.
tonight.
Because I'm
Thank
here.
you.
I'm
Because
right
you
side her.
stopping me from talking. I
Because
have
I'm right here. I'm
one
right beside her here.
Nelson
Don't
got
I'm
it
right
before
here.
he can
because
interrupt
you
and
gave
shut
all the
up, then he
talking
get it
time
when
to
he can
George,
let
so
to
I mean,
run.
have to wait for
Yeah.
talking time.
Hey, you're here, Raymond. You're here, Raymond.
What is
Raymond,
that?
$5,000.
Ture, thank you for humbling him. Your height humble the guy beside you there.
Amy, if anybody will not protect me on the show, it should not be you, the co-moderator. It should not be more about the co-moderator.
Nelson.
No, if
Yeah,
you
you
give
tell
me,
me.
I'm not gonna protect you. That'll be
It's
you
George
let George
making
protect you.
pounds or George
That George
making
can
dollars?
be minister and other.
I
George,
mean, forget about how much I make. Let's
No,
talk
he
about
make
Liberia.
Australian dollars.
pounds or that
I make
dollars?
Australian
No, he
dollar.
make
And guess
Australian
what?
dollars
For me
that
to
is
travel
lesser
from
in
Australia
value
to go
than
to
the US
Liberia, I
dollar.
can pay $6,000. $6,000 on for plane fare just to go to Liberia. I live far off from everybody, my man.
We
You're,
thought
you're,
all
you're,
that
you're, you're
time
thinking
that
about
you
that.
thought you were something
For you
always
to go to
Well,
Liberia,
ladies
I
and
pay
gentlemen, I want to
$700,
say
you're
thank you
gone. I
tonight.
pay
I want to say
$6,000 to go.
I want to say thank you tonight for being here on the late night show. It's been a fascinating conversation. Raymond, I want to say
Yeah.
thanks for being here tonight. To Ray, thank you. Francis, we appreciate you. But I know there's a package awaiting you right after the show.
he in the doghouse tonight. In the
Mr.
In the
doghouse.
doghouse, yeah.
Thanks for
That's
being
a
here
bar
tonight.
boy, man. That's a bar.
Steam Bange, thanks a lot. Steam,
Man,
kindly give me a reminder to add it to the
On a
chat room.
couch.
That
Jirawu
chat room, all
Cindy.
of that society.
Jirawu
We can
Cindy.
get here, but we can't see it.
Jirawu
Sting,
Cindy.
call me when you want more information. Sting, call me if you want more information.
All right, I will.
Wait now, why information
Thank
you
you.
want to give up personally?
George
That
and
in the chat
Amy,
room.
we
My man, I
appreciate
said
you
in my
guys.
market. I said in my
I mean,
market.
your wife
Like you.
listening to George, your wife listening to.
My wife right here. My wife is right
Yo,
here.
And she
George, when
see
I
you
want to
selling
buy
your
all of my
market.
thing, your
Why
time
right
is
there?
She
You
spell
got
your
it.
car.
Okay,
My wife is
so
right here, and
Just
she
to see
knows.
how
She
much
knows
she
me.
spend
She
for
knows
you.
I joke around.
You
uh,
lie. But we tell her what you can
I'm
do if you
removing
have access.
everybody now.
Look
I'm
at me, let's
removing
see.
everyone because I think that's the only way we'll be able to go tonight. It's like you guys don't want to go, but you gotta go.
Yeah, well,
Look at see who's
good
just
night.
coming in. Anthony, how you calling? Anthony Gay.
I'm
After
doing
Who is
gay.
he?
after Toure dealt with him height wise. Now they made
Advice, yeah. They humble the guy. They humble him. See
and
that time he can't even talk in the chat room.
George,
imagine
I know you're not talking. I know you ain't talking.
imagine Maggie
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
come
no,
in
no,
here
no.
like that.
Maggie, yeah. She's spying the phone. She's spying the phone.
She always come like,
Guys,
you know,
take care, man. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah, so it's been a great show, man. Thank you, Amy. Well, folks, we're gonna be here tomorrow with another edition of the show, the late night show. Until then, I'm Nelson Colette, and let's hope we can keep the peace. Liberia is all we have. We can always have these kinds of discussions, the disagreements, it can be there. But let's remember to protect our country. This is one country that we all can never be deported from, in the words of Senator Delon. Until we come your way again with the late night show, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.